What is a patriot? A patriot is someone that loves Christ, country, and their family and neighbors. Someone who is willing to stand up for what's right. Although there may be a cost to them, someone who has overcome fear, because fear is of Satan, willing to go the extra mile to do and show what's right. The only reason I'm on YouTube is because of God. I feel it is my destiny, my duty to do and say the things God shows me, or else I'm of no good to God at all. All patriots must stand up or risk losing God, country, and family. This is all of our destiny to do God's work. Thanks to all who watch my videos. But remember, it's not about us, but about our children, our country, our God. Thank you. And here we are. Hello, everybody.
What's up, Ronnie?
Not much. How you doing today?
Good. Good. A little sore, but good.
Sort of swinging that jackhammer and everything.
Oh, man.
That's good for your build-up and muscles.
Job's still not done, but the jackhammering part's over with. So.
Yeah, that's the work. Well, I don't know about where you're at, but I'll tell you what, I've used jackhammers before. I used to work for a street department in a city close to here. And believe me, it's tough work running them jackhammers. I know. Hello, Gypsy Lizzie. How you doing today? Welcome. Richard Prize. Hello there and welcome. Mayor. What's up, Mayor? Good to see you. Welcome.
Mayor. John
Chrissy
Eagle.
Cat is here. Yep, Chrissy Cat, John Eagle.
Chrissy.
Miss Lisa Anderson is here. Hello, Lisa. Welcome.
Read between the lines. Uh-oh, look who's here. Steve-O.
Oh, no, not Steve-O.
The Rock Man himself. Steve-O, you got the rock?
He must be in your... I don't see him in here yet.
He was back a little ways. Let's see. Where'd he go? There he is. He's back a little ways.
Bufferin's here, though. Hello, Buff. What's going on, brother? Good to see you, Buff.
Buffering.
Mike 1176. Hello, Mike. Welcome. Miss Susie Snethead is here. Hello, Susie.
Accountability for all. Aloha. I'm going way back. I'm going back before we started.
That's what I normally do. Hey, everyone. Hello, Sharon.
Sharon. Jason Gaudette. Echo. See what I did there?
Yeah, I saw it. I definitely saw it. J.S. Urban. Welcome, brother.
Hey, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, and everyone in my chat, I pinned because this is streaming from Ronnie's channel this week, so I pinned the link for Ronnie's channel at the top too. So.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Steve. And welcome everybody in the chat. Appreciate all you guys showing up and to being here to watch our unfiltered show. Of course, we don't know who the guest is going to be in the second half, or if there'll even be a guest. But if not, well,
I have a good feeling there will be.
You got all right. As long as you got a good feeling, that's all. Really
good feeling. Creek Squad. Tennessee Ridge Runner.
Where the dancing girls I promised. I couldn't get them on
You weren't
such
supposed
short
to say nothing.
notice.
You weren't supposed to say nothing yet.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
It was going to be a surprise for everybody. What's Creek Squad saying here? We're talking to Steve-O. Whatever you do, don't walk the streets telling people you sell rocks. They might get the wrong idea. You think so, Creek? Could be, could be. There you go. What Buff said.
Yeah,
Well,
what Buff said.
yes, Steve's going to dance. I'm just going to watch and urge him on. You know,
Staying alive, staying alive.
do the Trump dance. You get that?
Oh man, it's been so long. I'd have to practice again. Shoot.
Nah, it's like riding a bicycle. But hey, did you? Well, I know we was talking about that earthquake in San Francisco, and right before we came on, and I think myself that earthquake, I don't think it was really an earthquake. First of all, those tunnels are all 5. I think it's 10 miles deep, something like that. The done
that deep?
Yeah.
Shit.
So I mean, they can be less deep or a little more deep, but on an average, they're 5 to 10 miles. And for it to be for the epicenter to be under the airport, that's just amazing, because I guess everybody knows that, like in Denver at the airport there, the new one they built a few years back, well, been several years back, but I would bet you they got tunnels under there, along with the city and everything else. Got them under NFL football stadium. Well, I imagine under all major sports stadiums they've got them. So, it's just funny that it happened at the epicenter was under the airport, because it sounds to me like someone was taking out those tunnels. You got a video here,
because if it makes logical sense if you think about it, because something, they were doing work down there and something went wrong and something exploded or something, or think of the effect. Oh, you know what? I can't pull it back up on here. I can only take it down.
I can. There you go.
There you go.
Hello, Miss Minder Sue. Does it play, or is that just read?
I think that's it though. It's just is it playing?
Yeah, it is now.
Basically just that. Trace the ground under San Francisco International Airport. So
yep, and that was about a week ago?
I believe like 5 days, I think.
Yeah, and I've got something in my email, a whole
for our words, we were just feeling and talking about.
There you go. That's it.
There's a whole bunch on it. I just want to see if any of them are talking about the airport though. Caused plane to abort landing.
Earthquake was centered. If you felt that jolt.
Oh, muted.
If you felt that jolt, it was near Millbrae. The USGS had initially put this as a 4.1 earthquake. And as we take a look as to where the fault lines are, by the way, they revised it to a 3.9. San Andreas Fault is the closest fault to that earthquake. But as we go back here, I do want to show you what the latest report was. And now it is a 3.9 shortly after 6:30. The depth was 8 miles. So if you did feel the shaking,
8 miles,
you're not alone. The latest is being reported by the USGS once again. 3.9 earthquake near Millbrae, close to the San Andreas Fault.
See, where's Steve-O at? Steve-O lives out there. What does he know about this?
Well, I doubt very many people know any more than what she said right there. And unless you're into studying the tunnels and all. then you'd know.
Yeah, about 3
you know,
minutes ago.
Right. And they're not really saying nothing about the airport and all that. But
that right there, it says epicenter of latest California earthquake traced to ground under San Francisco International Airport, the very top one.
yep, that's the first one we played.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just,
Okay.
and that's it. That's just a short 15 seconds.
Okay. But like I said, they tell on themselves, by how deep they are. Like I said, 5 to 10 miles deep,
Yep.
on average.
And that said
Yeah.
that one was 8 miles deep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like just makes sense, right?
It does. It definitely does. And when you've heard as much about them as me and other people have, and, and I know a lot of people in the chat have heard about them too, the dumbs. Well, then, I mean, it don't leave much figuring out to do, that's what it was. Because first of all, it was under the airport, and then it's 8 miles deep. What I wish they would do is put out the real, P waves and all that on, because you can tell when an earthquake is caused by a real earthquake and when it's caused by a bomb or something, by the P waves or whatever they're called.
Right.
But they hardly ever put those out anymore. So you get, it's just up to everybody to draw their own conclusions on everything. Beautiful Indy, what's up? Good to see
Indy.
you, girl.
Hey, Indy. Sorry I couldn't make it the other day. I've been on one job that's been kicking my ass. I didn't even make it yesterday to my own stream share show for Doc Danger. I didn't get home till like 10:30 last night. But
Yeah, man, it's bad about Doc. I mean, I just feel so bad for him, but
yeah, when something hits you like that and like fourth stage already, it's like, man.
Yep. How long did he say? I thought I heard him say anywhere from 2 weeks to a year or something like that. He was on there for a little while yesterday.
Yeah, I was listening but working and jackhammering, so I was catching bits and pieces.
I hear you. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. But whatever it is, I mean, it's just a shame because I know he's got some hell to go through, and I heard him talking about doing chemotherapy. That's just going to, in my opinion, and I'm definitely not a doctor, but in my opinion, that's why I'm not taking it, because I don't want it to screw me up like I've seen it screw so many other people up.
It's a microwave. Just pick up a microwave.
Yeah, probably worse. Hello, Miss Karen. Welcome, girl.
Karen Reese, aloha.
Chris Cat said 1 year is what they said. Okay. Didn't he say 2 weeks to a year or something like that? Maybe I misheard him, but that's what I thought he said.
I did tell him about RSO and everything, though. I was talking to him about
you
that.
did? Good.
Well, not him directly, but his elves. I was talking to on Thursday. I talked to him backstage for I was at work, but I was waiting for the contractor to get back with parts, so I jumped backstage with them for a little bit. But I did bring it up, and hopefully they relay the.
Well, I hope you told him about the other stuff too. I can't even remember the name. I have to have look at the bottle to pronounce it, but that's pretty close. What Miss Sharon said there, that is one of them, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
I don't want to pull it up because of certain people.
Well, plus him being in New York too. I don't know, because New York.
Yeah.
Such a free state.
Yeah, I doubt you can get a penicillin tablet up there now.
Mm-hmm.
Meemaw Patriot. Hello there, Meemaw. Good to see you and welcome. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's just like half the people in the country are getting cancer. Lisa, Bama by the Bay. Hello, Lisa, and welcome. I have to read that. I mean, I've seen her several times, but every time I have to read that last part there, the part she's
I
got in.
like that.
Yeah, I
Bama
do
by the
too.
Bay.
Bama by
Bama.
the Bay. Jet lag. Hello, jet lag. They
Right
did a
on.
friend of mine. Yo, they can definitely make mistakes. That's one reason I never wanted to take chemotherapy or radiation, because I didn't want it to make another mistake on me. Angel Rose, hello there. Welcome. But it's bad, that when they caught it, he was already at stage 4, which don't give you a whole lot of a chance to fight it.
Right.
But if he's smart, he will try to get hold of some RSO and the other stuff and start taking. Even if he does, well, I don't know how that would do with while you're taking chemotherapy though. But
That's the thing is that's I heard, or how does that work? Like, it's not good to mix, you know what I mean? If you're
yeah,
doing one, you shouldn't do the other, or not at the same time.
that's right. Well, I don't know, that it would hurt anything myself, but I don't know that it wouldn't either. So that's something he'd have to do some research on, to find out. Hello, Ellen Alien. Boy, that's hard to say. It's a
I
tongue
like how
twister.
you put alien and afterwards, because I'm guessing people say alien, and you're like, no, it's alien. It's like mine, Harloha. I always have to put the HAR dash LOW dash HA Harloha.
Hello, Miss Jody Terry. Welcome.
The
Miss
deal for
Sharon
real.
Mercier. Is the deal for real
Sharon
here too?
Mercier. Everybody's here. This is awesome.
Paula Work. Hello, Paula. There's the deal for real. The deal
Wow, what
for
do we got?
real
Like
is really here.
70, 74, 75 people all together?
73 right now.
73.
Yeah. According to my count, anyway. That's what it says. Of course, this thing will lie to you sometimes, just for the heck of it.
Yeah, and they always steal one like at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Especially if you have 67 likes, as soon as you end it, it'll drop back to 66. And you're like, really? Come on, man.
I know it. And I guess it's because, well, of course, I always like my own. So I figure what they're doing is taking away my like. But whether that's the case or not, I don't really know. But
I never thought of that. Yeah, that would kind of make sense. But yeah, why would they though? Can't like my own shit? What the hell, man?
I know it. I've caught the CV from my grandbaby and daughter. Dennis Bigfoot. Welcome, Dennis. Good to see you, brother. Dennis Bigfoot. Are you any kin to the Bigfoot that roam out in the wild there, Dennis? Just happen to think of that. Maybe that's why his last name is Bigfoot. Then again, maybe he's Indian. I don't know.
William Graham. All right, we are good now. William Grammer's here. We are all set.
Announcer is here. Welcome, William. Good to see you. Well, let's see then, said the blind man. And Miss Sharon Steinspring. Hello, Sharon. Welcome.
Aloha, Sharon. You know what I figured out earlier? You should have
What's
seen
that?
this hat last night, because this is the hat I was wearing at work yesterday, and it was just dirty. But to clean them without putting them in the dishwasher or the washing machine, because that messes them up. What do they call that? Those white, like, what are they, dry erase, or the it's got the bald dude on the package. It's just like a white sponge. Forgot the hell the name of them. You know what I'm
I
talking
don't
about?
know. No, I don't.
I'm gonna have to go grab one. It's just a white, like, kitchen sponge for dishes, but it's all white. Somebody in chat's got to know what I'm talking about. Hey, Too
Right
Tall,
there.
aloha. Magic eraser. Thank you, Landon.
A magic
Magic
eraser.
eraser. Yep. You just get that wet with cold water and just clean your hat with it, dude. Freaking, it's amazing. And you don't
I
have
got
to
to.
throw it in the washer.
Oh yeah, believe me, mine could use a washing right now too. So I may have to get me one of those magic erasers. But I just want to say
Yeah.
thank you to Miss Jody Terry for that very kind $20 donation there. Thank you, Jody.
Oh, right on. Oh yeah.
Appreciate that very much. Very, very, very much. So the eraser is as good or better than washing the cap?
Yep. I mean, because when you wash it, it gets beat up,
Yeah,
and
all
then
been out of shape.
afterwards, it's just never the same. But with that magic eraser, you're just, you know, wiping it with a cold sponge. But that magic eraser works on so many different things. I found out because I used to, doing water heaters and stuff in tight hallways, and you kind of like nick drywall a little bit, and it leaves like a scuff. Magic eraser cleans it right off.
Yeah, I have heard of those, but that's what I heard of it for. When you mentioned the walls and things, then that's what made me remember it. But yeah, I have heard of them. Just I didn't know you could clean caps with them, so it kind of
I didn't
threw me.
either. I didn't either till a couple hours ago. I was like, damn, it really, because I figured, what do I got to lose? I'll just still have a dirty hat if it doesn't work.
Maybe
But it
smear it a
worked.
little bit more, but
It worked because that white magic eraser wasn't white anymore when I was done. It was dark. So my hat was dirty.
I hear you. Well, if I guarantee you, mine would probably be filthy. I mean, because it's been a while, but I hate to wash my hat for the same reason that you were just talking about. Every time you wash them, it gets it tears the bill up, and you can't. It takes forever to get it reset to where you want it, if you can get it
Right.
reset at all.
Exactly. It's most of the times I've ever washed a hat. I say 9 out of the 10 times that I've washed a hat, only one time I still wore it afterwards because it just wasn't. It just ruins it.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It definitely does.
I even tried that cap thing. You put your hat in that plastic thing, and it's supposed to hold it in its place so that doesn't happen. But soaking it in water like that, it still ruins it.
Wow. I don't know what's got into you folks today, but whatever it is, thank you. Let's see. Miss Minder Sue, thank you so very much. Miss Minder Sue sent me $50.
Wow.
Steve.
Awesome. Thank you. That is awesome.
It is, man. I need one of those things like you got to play on here, for when.
Oh, for the
Super Chads or whatever it is. When you play the music and with what's his name doing the dance. It's great.
We'll have to figure out, because you still have access to my StreamYard, but I know because you have it set up when it's on your channel, because you have it set up with your Rumble and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have to figure that out to where you still be able to do that and then use my StreamYard. Because then if you use my StreamYard, you'll have access to all those videos.
But it might still work. I don't know. I have to try it and see. Only problem with when you set it up on Rumble, once you set up there, I guess I don't know if I can go back and kill the stream. I probably could, just take it down forever, start it, but I've never tried, so I just had to figure that part out. But what I'm saying is if I tried to use yours, you have to do Rumble first. You had to set it all up because you got to get the stream key and all that.
Right.
So I had to set it up first and then go over to mine or yours or whichever one I was using and hook it up with that one. It's not all that hard to do, but it's just, if you had never done it,
Right.
it's hard
Yeah,
to
a
do.
lot involved. If that's my thing, because I've never done it. I've never even really tried.
Yeah, it is definitely hard to do. It took me several times to learn it, and if I don't do it like the last week or whenever it was that I'd been sick all week, and then when I went back on to hook them up, I damn near forgot how you done it on Rumble. It finally came back to me. Uh, well, you have to. The way it works, Indy, is you have to. Yeah, I have to pay for Rumble because I want it to go be live at the same time it is on YouTube. And so if you're going to do a live, you have to pay. Yeah,
Oh, is that why? Okay. Because
yeah,
I don't know what I did with my Rumble, but for some reason, my streams will be on there, but not so is that why? Because I don't pay for
yeah,
Rumble, so it
yeah,
still eventually puts it on there, but just not doesn't play it. Okay, now it makes
yeah.
sense.
It just don't play live. When you're live. But I think it's a pretty good deal. For me because that way, and the only reason I ever started doing it was because I've got kicked off here so many times, and it saves my videos, and plus I've got a place to go to until I can get back up and running on here, which I
And
never
you
did the
know what
last time. But
just reminded me? Hold on, I gotta look because I heard it through a little birdie. I won't say any names, but shit, where'd it go?
what kind of bird
Something
was
about
it?
old friend that
Old friend bird.
an old friend bird that I kind of wasn't friends with for a few years and then kind of just started talking to again recently, but damn it, it's gonna but something about Rumble and YouTube and Court, and it's possible that Rumble might end up owning YouTube.
Really? Oh, that'd be
But
wonderful.
yeah, that's not like a for sure. It's just through the grapevine. But there is some kind of lawsuit, and this
Hello,
bird was
Carl.
just saying that that'd be awesome if Rumble did end up owning YouTube because then no more eggshells.
And that's
You
right.
know,
That's exactly right. It'd be wonderful as far as I'm concerned. As long as they left YouTube, the way you go about doing it alone. I mean, they could change the name. I wouldn't give a shit about that. But as long as they left everything else alone,
right?
the way you set things
Yeah,
up
that
and all,
too.
I think as far as I'm concerned, anyway. And I've never heard anybody complain about it yet. Well, a few people that what they do is they get on there, and tell a bunch of lies and everything, and it winds up, literally hurting other people to the point of a few of them have even been taken to court. But those are the people that like Rumble gets on to. I mean, you can go in there. None of mine have ever. I've never had a problem with any of mine on Rumble, but on here it's a totally different story, man. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, that's what Rumble's known for because they're all about freedom of speech.
They sure are.
They're
They do
basically like we always say, like if it's true or not. If you don't want to hear it, don't listen to it. You know.
exactly. And well, it's unless you're saying something that might literally hurt, other people in some style or fashion. Malvita Varnado, hello there, and good to see you. Welcome, Southeast Georgia, Georgia, Georgia. There's Kiss Off. Hello, Kiss Off. Welcome, girl. You notice
Wow,
that
are
big
they
old
really worth 166 billion?
oh, I wouldn't doubt it at all. I mean, worldwide, they almost have to be. Hey, Steve, have you ever noticed this big old lipstick imprint on Kiss Off's butt here?
No, I haven't. That's funny. I literally have not noticed it. So you just pointed it out.
I think that's what she got for New Year's. I think that's why William explained it anyway.
New tattoo.
Something. I don't know if it's a real kiss or what. Maybe we'll get Landon to come up here again today. You think?
You know what? I bet you if hold on, if I use the power of positive thinking, I think he'd be up here in less than a minute.
You think?
I'm gonna
Well,
try it.
maybe we can get
Use
Landon
it.
to land here.
Come in, Landon. Come on, Landon.
There he is.
You got this. It worked? Holy
worked.
shit, it worked. Damn. I gotta do that more often.
Now do $1 million.
No. Oh, if you're gonna do that, you might as well go ahead and do it for $1 billion. You know, why waste your time on $1 million?
What's a couple zeros? You know?
Million didn't use it isn't what it used to be.
Property for me and all my friends.
Right. Mortgage
What's
paid
up,
off.
guys? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Good to see you guys.
Sunday fun day.
Absolutely. I just now seen Tiff's comment here. Hey, did y'all see the kick me sign on the like button?
Yeah, you just got to mistreat that thing, you know.
I know it.
You know.
I seen you saying the other night, Landon, that you kept tripping over it. You know, I think that was you.
It was.
Does anybody watch Mr. Ballin?
Oh yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
B. Allen. I don't know. Is it Ballin or B. Allen?
It's Ballin. But he always does the every one he does is always something about the like button, but it's different. Like, you know, tell the like button you're having a surprise party for him, but fill the room with mouse traps when they walk in. It just
We've only been on
but
about a half hour, Melvita, about 30 minutes.
yeah, we're just starting. First half hour is just warming up.
But you know what? I've been wanting to talk to Landon and Tiff a long time about, and maybe we did talk about it a little bit at some point, but about the, you know, the mud floods and Tartaria and stuff. I just love to hear y'all's thoughts on that
Well,
little caper.
I've only heard about it briefly, so I haven't done like a super deep dive.
I was gonna say I'm not educated on it.
But-
Mud floods, you know, I believe in the flood, and mud comes with flooding. You know, so is that or is this a separate like flood of mud?
I believe in the flood of the Bible, which probably would have moved some mud around, but there's evidences of, you know, buildings, even here in America, that have insane architecture, and it's like, you know, I don't know, like New York is an example, but there are other places that, you know, just under the sidewalk, it's like the building keeps going, like the
Right.
architecture is still going.
Well, for instance, I follow on Instagram a archaeologist, and they are like right now they've discovered, you know, old ancient mosaics in Italy that are like something like 3 or 4 feet under the surface, and they're perfectly preserved, and it's just 3 or 4 feet of dirt, mud, you know.
Yes, that's exactly where I was going to, Tiff. It's that what happened now, at least from what I've studied, is that well, as you all know, or I'm sure you've heard, they control the weather, at least, you know, to a good degree. Well, what happened back in those times is they created a snowstorm up in the mountains. You know, it got real cold, and it had, I don't know, 12 feet or whatever up in the mountains. And then they turned the heater on, or whatever they do. Well, all this snow melted, and it rained a lot before it snowed. But even when they turned the heater on and melted the snow, well, that brought the mud flood on, because the rain had already come in and weakened all the hills and mountains and everything. This is in California, the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it with all that water, you know, coming down from the mountains and everything, it just, you know, gathered a lot of mud and everything along the way, and it buried those buildings. Now that was one of the mud floods. But in the other ones, the Tartaria stuff, now that's proven to be more real all the time. With what they did was they could literally gather electricity out of the ether or out of the air.
Yeah.
You know, they had these things up on the buildings, and they still can. All they got to do is turn them back on. And I'm sure a lot of them have, you know, particularly government buildings, have those things where they can gather it right out of there themselves. I mean, why would they want to pay a light bill?
I thought it was government buildings and old churches used to have this ability or whatever. And it still proves today that if you stick a copper rod, okay, in the soil next to your garden, that it will improve, and it would blow your mind how it would react with the garden. And the higher that copper rod is, the better.
Really? I never heard that.
Yeah, man, it's crazy stuff. And I've seen videos coming out of the third world countries. I couldn't tell you where to find them. Just random videos. I think what is the name of that channel, babe? The guy.
I don't remember, but the copper, I know what you're talking about, because some of the gardening channels I watch, they use that technique to help encourage growth in their plants.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. Well, and some
And
of those. Go ahead, Tiff.
Well, I was just gonna say, and it all kind of ties into, some of the. I'm not going to pretend to know, but I do know that was kind of what Tesla was working on when he
Exactly
passed, and was all his info was confiscated. So, just things that make you go,
Yeah.
Well, and I'm
Things that
glad
make
you brought
go,
up Tesla,
mm.
because that's how, Tesla said his thoughts and everything came to him from the air. That's the way he explained it anyway. Well, come to find out, he was, exactly right, because that's where it does come from. The electricity, everything comes from the air.
That's right.
So when they put those things upon the building, the churches or whatever, that's what gathers electricity. So his brain was undoubtedly set up somewhere or another, and I heard he had a head injury at some point in his life, but that could be wrong. But whatever it was, his brain was just set up to collect this information, and he was very good at it.
Well, that's what my problem is, then, because I had a brain injury when I was a week before my 6th birthday, so I still can't figure shit out.
Who was it that we were talking to? But somebody we were hanging out with was talking about how they had polio when they were like 1, and because of this,
Mr. Cheddar Pepper.
Cheddar Pepper.
That's right. It
Yeah.
affected their basically the stem, right? The brainal stem, and anyway, to the avail that he was saying, it made it to where he could see things that other people couldn't see, and I 100% believe that.
Around the time of Tesla and Einstein and Oppenheimer, there was, these top physicists and scientists were working with the government. Tesla was involved with, I think it was Montauk, but I get it confused. Maybe it was Philadelphia, different experiments. And they were legit. It sounds like science fiction, but it happened. I mean, he made a ship phase in and out of the 3-dimensional world,
That's right.
And it messed up the sailors, and it caused a bunch of weird stories to stem off of that. But it's really wacky when how we've lived in this country, and we have seen a technological boom, but that, Tesla, basically, we could have cars that run on water. We could have free electricity. I don't know. There's a good team and a bad team. Some folks were finding the right way, and then other folks were stifling them out and selling their ideas.
Ain't that the truth? That is absolutely the truth. There's done more than stifling them. There's unaliving them in a lot
taking
of
them out, not the lunch.
Yeah.
Well, you know what the difference between a flying pig and a politician is? The letter F.
Difference?
What is
Flying pig and a politician. The only difference is the letter F.
So it'd be lion pigs, huh?
Flying pigs and lion pigs.
Oh, okay. I was like, it was shoo.
And the electricity, the bells, at the churches and things, they were used to heal people. I mean, you could walk into a church and or not necessarily a church, but any building that had a bell, which most churches had one, back in those days. But those bells would literally heal you. They rearranged your cells somehow,
frequency
in your body. Yeah, back to how they're supposed to be. But I just wonder how they knew how they're supposed to be. I have no idea how they knew where the cells, how the cell's supposed to look or anything, but they did change them back, and they still would if they'd, just let the bells be put back up. But every bell nowadays that you find is cracked, like the Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
They all got a crack in them where they can't be used.
Our history and the truth has been hidden and stifled.
No lie. Big time.
But on that note, what you were just talking about with the bell and the frequency and all that. So, it's my belief that God created the universe. He created everything just with just with speaking it into existence. He just spoke it into existence.
Mm-hmm.
And his voice, that is technically like a sound is a frequency, like a sound wave. It comes in waves. And so our cells, our matter, it was arranged with frequency, and it can be rearranged with frequency. And so the word universe can be broken up kind of like the word government. Universe means uni, which is one, and verse, which is a single spoken sentence. And then government, which is govern, which is to control, and ment, M-E-N-T, which is mental or mind. Mind, literal control. So
yeah.
And it goes a lot deeper, because you think that they don't have any control over you until you get out of your house onto the roads, and then all of a sudden you're following every single rule that they have in place.
Yep. Absolutely, man. You think it's a free country, man? You're wrong.
Hey, Dave's not here. Is here.
That's my brother, Dave? My childhood friend, still my best friend. What's up, Dave?
Dave.
What do y'all think? I'm sure you guys have seen the videos of the guy that was moving those big stones.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
With frequency and
down in Florida.
Yeah.
Guy? Yeah.
It's called the Coral Castle.
Coral Castle.
Coral Castle. Yeah, I forgot the name of the guy. But he was said to be using some sort of Egyptian technology. And he was a very intelligent physicist and stuff like that. I don't remember his name, doggone it. But you can find this place if you just Google Coral Castle. You can even go to it.
This is why chanting, why does it resonate so much with people when you hear, I think of it as Viking music. It's really more of like Germanic, but like the home, like when they really get that deep resonating. And when you get multiple people joining in, like you can almost feel that hum like in your heart. And so like the human voice is what is it? The most
beautiful instrument.
That's right. And so you think about speaking, and spell casting and things like that. It's all frequencies.
Well, the Bible says that we have the power of life and death on our tongue. And that, as a man thinketh, so is he, basically. So be careful with your thoughts, because you definitely, like you were saying, positive thinking, man. You want to keep it positive. Don't let any negativity in.
Absolutely what you said, because subconsciously you're attracting the universe. It's like when you're kind of saying like, man, I'm going to suck at this. You're going to suck at it.
You're already speaking it,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You're already, yep. Absolutely.
And not to jump in on this, but think about Rittenhouse. The first dude that he took care of, took out, but not to lunch. All right. What was he saying moments before all the drama started? He was saying, shoot me. He was saying, and I see police video after police video where someone says, you're going to have to shoot me or go ahead, shoot me. You see, they speak it and then it happens. You know what I mean? Yep. Don't say, shoot me. Don't say it. Say, please don't shoot me.
That must be why I can't. That must be why I can't sing worth of crap, because I'm always saying I can't sing.
It is,
which is the truth.
I mean,
you gotta say it. You gotta say you can sing, man. And we're not singing. We sang it.
That's right.
I'm gonna sing.
That's right.
Now I could sing. Now I can definitely sing. I just can't sing.
Okay, you guys, I've been so excited all day to get on, because I want to pick your brains and see, what do y'all think about this whole Miami situation?
We were just talking about it.
The 10-foot beings down there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Look, I think it boils
I
down
haven't
to
even heard about it yet. What?
No way.
No way.
No way, Steve.
No, there has been a media blackout. Like, so if you didn't know, you didn't know.
Okay, well, It's an hour and a half, but we did an episode on it last night with a bunch of different videos. So if you have a chance, check that out. But long story short, all right, in Miami, was it New Year's Day?
New Year's, January 1st.
January 1st, New Year's Day, there was a huge police response. I'm talking like more than Die Hard, okay?
More than 75 cars.
Yeah,
I mean, it
there's a
took up-
bunch of
it was a huge police response. They shut down power and blacked out like no
Hold up. Shut down power to 62,000 homes.
right. Shut down power in the area.
Shut down the airport.
Shut down the airport, all because the supposed story is teenagers were fighting with fireworks and sticks. Now, one of the plausible, more rational, less fun theories is that the T word, not Trump, but the other T word, got thrown around.
The ists, the T-ists, you know what I'm saying? We don't negotiate with them, or we didn't used to.
Oh, yeah.
And so that had got thrown around that maybe, because they thought it was that they had such a big response and they suspect that maybe people called in because of the multiple gunshots they heard. But the gunshots were not affiliated with the supposed teenagers fighting. The gunshots, supposedly, according to alleged eyewitnesses, were from people trying to escape these huge beings.
Self-defense.
Right.
Beautiful V, hello.
And
V,
so,
aloha, V.
and so then there's other eyewitnesses that say that there were kids with this orb basically that started floating and glowing, and something came out of it, something dark, a shadow-like figure, and everybody started running. Some people say that these big beings were phasing in and out of like vision. Some people were saying that
they said some people couldn't see them and
others,
were running,
right.
and some people could see them.
But all we know is that there was this huge police presence, and then there's another video of a kid who is supposedly the son of a guy running for sheriff in that area, and he's a current officer, and he got on FaceTime with him and was like, hey, what's going on with this? And the dad who's running for sheriff was like, I know about it, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. And some of the eyewitnesses that had come out talking about, we saw this and that. Then all the son came back and said, I'm sorry, didn't mean to hit you. Then all the son came back and said, oh, never mind. I didn't see anything. I was just kidding. So,
he had been approached and told to,
So there's three categories for me that it falls into. One, that it was a misunderstanding, and because the T word had gotten thrown around, they had a massive response. Because that's what you do when you hear the T word. Two is that it's like a pre-rollout of Project Bluebeam type stuff, just to get people's minds in the right space. I do think that we'll see something with that with the eclipse, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Or three is that it's a big distraction from something else.
You know what I think it was?
What?
I think it was special operations in action. Is what I think.
I think it's wild sounding, okay? But I think that it was a we don't negotiate with them situation. And this is where it gets crazy, okay? Tinfoil hat. And they had some kind of unknown, normal folks wouldn't know about it, cloaking technology. And it freaked them out real bad. And so that way you can't really avert who did it. You can't say who did or didn't, who was responsible, because they had this cloaking technology. Okay. It was either that or somebody had hit 6 stars on Grand Theft Auto and, triggered the dadgum,
Or maybe it's just one mass, they go really far with, what is that word I'm looking for?
Mass delusion.
No. For movies.
Predictive.
No.
Oh, no.
Promoting. Maybe it's just, because remember they had the robots at the game that freaked everybody out. So maybe it's all just one mass promotion event to, roll out their new I don't know. The theories are endless. We could do this.
No, there's
all
too
night.
much cover up for it to be like some kind of publicity stunt.
True.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
they're covering it up.
Yeah, I don't think it's a publicity stunt, but that many cops involved. I mean, can you imagine all the places that? I mean, it took them completely away from their duty stations, and everything. So they wouldn't leave their. I don't think their chief would let them leave their duty stations to come over there for nothing at all. I mean, for a publicity stunt.
So then what else could have been going on around the city while all the eyes and ears were on this?
Or what was going on, you know.
The best
You know
way
what
to get
a theory I thought of was, what if this is gonna sound crazy, okay? It's about as plausible as terrorists with, you know, cloaking devices. Okay. Barron Trump was hanging out at the mall. I'm just kidding. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
But could you imagine? Okay. All right. I mean,
and then there was a tornado, I believe, what was it, in Fort Lauderdale? Which, you know, and then there's orbs that were seen in Orlando. I don't know, a lot of crazy stuff. They spent the last 4 years trying to get all the Republicans to come to Florida so they can do crazy stuff. Okay, avoid it. Avoid.
oh man,
Do
that's
not
actually.
seek the treasure.
Could you imagine?
Here's what makes me kind of think that it was special operations is because they shut down the airport. You know, that's one of the big things to me.
An international airport.
Yeah, and whenever they do that, most times anyway, there's something going on in the airport itself. But then all the lights were turned out, electricity was turned off to, golly, I don't know how many people in the area. So you put all those things together. I mean, I could be wrong, of course, but it just seems like a perfect situation for special operations to me.
Yeah.
And it could have been, you know, aliens, but where were they from? Because myself, I believe, not trying to get into a flat earth nothing here, but I believe we're under a dome. So if we're under a dome, then where did they come from? You know, I ain't saying there's,
And not to bring up that flat earth either, but I was thinking about if we're spinning that fast, then the higher you get, like especially when you're in space, shouldn't you be able to see it spinning?
You'd think so.
And then they start to argue relativity if you do that. So they, you know, it's relative, right? Because it's so big, that big thing moving that fast, you wouldn't be able to see unless you got really far back. Really
right.
far. That's what they'll say. I mean, because I tried to talk to my brother about it, and he's a college-going, educated, you know.
They lured the Republicans in with Ron DeSantis and lax COVID laws, and then they're humiliating him in heels on stage now, and they're gonna
just continue to be the best governor. Why can't you just continue to be the best governor? You know,
absolutely.
I don't understand why you're throwing it all away, but now you're ruining your original thing you were good at, and now.
Oh my gosh, y'all! We saw the best propaganda piece.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could show y'all. It is the thickest, most slathered on propaganda I have ever seen in 2024. Okay.
Which is saying a lot considering how this year is going so far.
About DeSanctimonious or who?
No,
it's about the T-Man.
It's about the press.
You'd hate it, Ronnie. Can we show it?
I don't think we can here, but.
Oh, well, unless it's just absolutely way out yonder, we can. I mean, it would have to be out there with the Epstein logs or something. Which, I mean, you
you'll probably get brownie points for playing this one.
Oh, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then I don't know if I want to or not. It's that bad, huh?
Let me, do y'all want me to share it, or what do you think, Steve?
Yeah.
Hey, I got the alien one, or is that what you're pulling up?
I'm pulling up
this is just a propaganda piece.
This propaganda. Now, look, they taking it for real now, y'all. I mean, propaganda's getting serious for 2024, okay?
Put it up there and I'll pull it up. We'll watch it. Then we'll watch Steve's alien thing.
I'm trying to, well, whichever one y'all think we should do first.
Do you want to watch yours first? Let's watch yours first.
Sure.
It doesn't matter to me.
Here we go.
It don't make no never mind.
Oh, yeah.
This is all I can find of what.
So right here, right? Look at this thing moving right here. What is that thing, bro? You guys see that? Look at this. What is that?
It's pretty big. That's a park.
For real, what the f is that? But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's the footage that everyone's talking about.
Is he talking about the people walking? What is it he's talking about? I mean, I know
it's blurry, right? That's what they call them, blurry.
this thing right here. But if that's a parking garage, this is the second floor, so that's at least 12 feet, 14 feet. So yeah, it is blurry, but
If
see it
if
right
it's
there.
crazy, then it's a Nephilim. Okay, but if it's not so crazy, then I think that it's some type of technology that the public is unfamiliar with.
I played again, Steve, because I couldn't make out what it was the first time.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna mute it though, because this guy's voice is let's see. And what was it right here?
Oh yeah, if that's a parking garage, God, they'd have to be about 16 foot tall. I mean, because those things that are 8 foot tall, each one of them, you know, when you go in, so that would be, and that's not counting the slab that lifts you up the other side. Yeah, they'd have to be around 16 foot. If that's a parking garage, is that what that is?
I believe so, but yeah, I'm not. Oop. It looks like a parking garage, but I can't tell. No, maybe not. No, those look like stairs. I can't. It's too blurry.
Yeah, I can't tell either. But I thought I
Okay,
saw an orb go
next to
flying
the
by too.
cars, it looks like 2 steps is about the height of a car. So
Hello, John. Welcome, brother.
I'll go at half speed.
Wait, pause it. You see those little arrows with the comma and the period, I think? If you hit those, we can go frame by frame.
Where?
On the keyboard, there's like back and forth arrows.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
Well, maybe
that's
not.
going
Maybe
like
not.
5 seconds.
Maybe not. I thought maybe if we could slow it down, we could.
Yeah, it's doing 3 seconds. Let me see.
Doggone it, YouTube.
It is hard to make out, Miss Minder Sue, no doubt about it.
That could be a benefit to the cloaking, you know.
And it almost looks transparent, like it's like see-through, you know?
Or almost see through. So it's like we got Predator in Miami.
that's right.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe 2 of them.
I
It
thought it
kind of
was
looks
supposed
like
to go to Los Angeles first.
it kind of looks like a guy walking down the street with his girlfriend. You know, it's what I thought it was at first. It looks like there's
Maybe
2
it is
people
2
there.
people.
It's a hologram. Yeah.
One of the reports
Yeah,
said
hologram, yep.
they looked like they were lost. Like that's what one of the reports said that the things looked like they weren't hostile and that they were, you know, where they were going.
Well, you know, that's another thing that could, a hologram is another thing that could build on my theory of it being a special operations thing, because, I mean, they could use those to do special ops too. Not saying that they did. I mean, this is a guess of mine. I have no idea, but that's what I would guess, for I would think that it was aliens or anything from Mars or Uranus. You'll see how I said that, Uranus.
Yeah.
No, I take that back. I don't want to get Tiff started on the farting again.
You should have one conversation.
That was a good one, though, Tiff.
Okay.
Oh, you
ready?
got yours? Okay, yeah. I just now saw that.
All right, now brace yourselves, folks, okay? Because it's thick.
Now, this is a film coming out by 11 Films, which is kind of esoteric. All right. 11 is esoteric. And I don't know, man. It's really, really weird. I hope I'm sharing my audio. All right, well, y'all just have to let me know because this is crazy. Let me know when you want to stop.
I love this guy. He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, "No, no, no. Other than day one." As my first order of business, I hereby declare martial law.
Citizens of the new America, here are today's announcements. Supreme Leader Donald Trump proclaims the 4th of July will no longer be celebrated as Independence Day. In honor of our 2021 Patriots, January 6th will now be recognized as our great nation's birthday. All citizens are required to participate in quadrant festivities. Failure to do so will be met with harsh punishment and immediate incarceration in your local detention camp.
I'm tired of this separation of church and state junk.
Effective immediately, all children are now considered spiritual soldiers of MAGA. Regardless of rape, incest, or health of the woman, abortion is now illegal. Anyone caught providing or receiving an abortion will be charged with murder.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion?
There has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, it has to be some form.
Due to previous liberal indoctrination, all schools are hereby closed. All citizens must participate in their quadrant's book elimination celebration festivities. Failure to do so will be met with harsh punishment and immediate incarceration in your local detention camp. All migrants, refugees, and dreamers are now considered enemies of the new America and will be rounded up, incarcerated, and deported immediately.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. We will root out the radical left thugs that live like vermin. Vermin.
Your curfew and freedom to travel will be determined by your quadrant's Vermin Surveillance System score. The Vermin Surveillance System has proven to be invaluable in detecting and squashing liberal uprisings. All citizens must continue to report any progressive or liberal activity. Failure to do so will be met with harsh punishment and immediate incarceration at your local detention camp. Your unwavering loyalty to Supreme Leader Donald Trump is mandatory and essential in keeping the new America great forever.
Now, what do you
Oh,
think
wow.
about that?
Talk
Load
about
what?
propaganda.
I loved it because it just shows that he is living rent free in their heads. I
That's
love it.
right. That's right.
That's true.
I
That
I
is
saw
true.
that while I was scrolling this morning. I was like, oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. I couldn't wait
But-
to show Landon. He was like, wow, they really put a lot of effort into that. Like, wow.
But like
This is
Ronnie
not a
said,
movie.
that's
It's
so
our
true. What
last
Ronnie
chance.
said, they're living rent free. But then, I mean, they really believe that. Like a
Yeah,
lot of people
really trying to
already
make a
believed
video.
that 8 years ago. Like that's
Welcome,
blows
Big
my
Chap.
mind.
Good to see you, brother.
Chap,
Big
what's
Jeff,
up, brother?
Did you get to see that gem of a propaganda piece? We're not
Yeah,
going to
Chet.
replay it if you didn't. So
That was some grade A, genuine,
That's
fine.
right.
I mean, that was just a dollop of propaganda right there. I mean,
Just a dollop, a small dollop, about this big around of a dollop, but it was a dollop.
they're pulling the stops out, man. What are we going to
You
see
know,
this
they-
year?
They do the same shit in reverse for their leader now, but they
projecting.
just lie about everything there, saying how great it is and how the economy is better than ever. And
But
what
you
are
know
you
what?
talking about?
Most of the things they said there, I mean, now some of them were just totally off the wall stupid. But a lot of the things they said there are basically true. It's just they twisted it, a little bit. Like him wanting to get rid of aliens, and he said that they're poisoning the blood of our country. Well, yeah, it's exactly what's happening. And he does want to get rid of the ones that have, come over here illegally, which is going to take a while. I mean, there's a bunch of them here. And there was a few other things there that they said too that, they twisted pretty big time. But those two things, with him wanting to get rid of illegal aliens, well, that ought to be, who wouldn't want to get rid of illegal aliens from their country?
I'm just saying, I know that somebody is going to see that and it is just absolutely going to get their blood pumping.
Yeah.
It is going to, you know what I
Not
mean?
just somebody, a lot of folks, you know, and they are, you know, brainwashed. And, you know, I don't want to be in direct adversary with our, you know,
Right.
because that's what everybody that lives on this earth is our neighbors. But like Indy just said, she was like, I'm surrounded by people who are brainwashed and no one believes that. And that's got to be like an episode of the Twilight Zone. It's got to be like, you know, it's got to be kind of like living a normal life, but kind of Germany. You know what I mean? A certain time period where it's like, yeah, that guy's great. You know?
Yeah, well, you know, talking about Germany, I don't think we won World War II. And in Operation Paperclip, what they do, they brought all those Nazis over here, you know, to run. Well, one of the head ones was he was the head over NASA, Werner von Braun. So, you know, my point is that we didn't win World War II, and then afterwards we brought them over here, and that's basically, in my opinion, what's running the country now.
Operation Paperclip.
Yeah, the Germans from over there.
We got a lot of their scientists and physicists, and a lot of the dudes that were doing the crazy stuff to, you know, the certain camps. You know, they came over here.
Yeah, they did. To me, it just, you know, I don't know why they thought we needed to build rockets or anything so bad, which I don't think they ever did think that. But that was their excuse, you know, for bringing a lot of them over here, was so that they could put them to work in those kind of industries, like NASA and stuff.
Yep. You know what NASA means in Hebrew?
Evil.
It means deceiver.
Deceiver. Well, yeah, basically the same thing.
Nasa in Hebrew, you would literally be you calling someone a liar if you called them a Nasa.
Yeah. Well, I don't have no problem with that because I think it fits them to a T myself. But
pretty crazy.
Yeah. I like what Chad said. Huh. Home Alone was way better than Home Alone 2. That's as political as I'll go.
Was that because the Prez was in Home Alone 2? That's my favorite part. Down the hall to the left, you know.
Yeah.
They're trying to take him out. They're trying to remove him from that movie.
You can't.
I'm surprised they hadn't. Pull a Mandela effect
VHS,
on it.
So it'll never go anywhere. You know what I mean? We still run VHS and DVD in my house. Okay.
Oh yeah. VHS, man, that's nostalgic right there.
We love it. We got a Nintendo 64. We got an arcade game with a bunch of old arcade games on it. We preparing y'all.
I was playing Galaga on the computer the other day.
Yes, indeed.
It's my favorite game, Galaga.
No way, V. I'm not taking this one down. I don't care. I mean, I thought about taking it last
because then it'll be taken down on my channel too.
No, it should be all right.
No, I wouldn't take it down on yours, Steve. If I were to take this one down, it wouldn't bother yours, but I'm not going to take it down anyway. For no more than we.
Oh, you mean like you taking it down? I thought you meant like YouTube taking it down.
No.
I leave all mine up.
I do too most of the time now since the last time that one of the strikes I got on my last channel, and I had taken the video down, and they said, well, you can't appeal it because you took it down. You can't appeal a video once it's taken down. So that's one of the reasons I don't hardly ever take them down anymore, is because they're watching them anyway, you know. So, and then if you do get a strike, you can't appeal.
I never knew that if you take it down, because if you take it down, you can put it back up if you want, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, not the way I do it. I totally take them out
forever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, if it's going to Rumble, you know, you still have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just talking about on YouTube.
I don't mess with it. If they want to take it down, take it down. You know, it's your house, your rules. Go ahead, do whatever you're gonna do.
Absolutely. Well, Debs, I started here. Our lady, I'm sorry to hear you got a brain aneurysm.
Man,
I'm sure it does suck. Prayers to you.
yeah.
And what's going on with Hawks? I got to ask that right quick. I mean, I noticed I hadn't seen him on for the last couple of days. Has he not got a internet or what? Just curious.
He's 24th. He's going on his like 240th.
Yeah, he's way, way, way ahead of me. That's for sure. And I hope he stays there because I don't want to lose any more. I never wanted to lose a channel to begin with, but I just can't seem to keep from it.
Well, you've been
That's
doing
exactly
good
what it is,
lately,
Days.
Do what? I didn't hear either one of y'all.
He said, sounds like some weird rules to me. Sounds like censorship. It absolutely is. That's what Steve was talking about with the eggshells. We try to do the best we can. And we come from a culture of free speech. I mean, this hangout in person, we'd just be cutting up. And
oh, yeah. Yeah,
we
there's
have
so
to
much
be
stuff that's not being said. Yeah.
careful about, what we say, how we say, which direction.
That's for sure.
That's them trying to mess with our, I sound crazy for saying it, but that's them trying to mess with our heads. You know what I mean? So we got to hang out. We all got to be fellowshipping for real. You know what I mean? And they don't like to talk. They don't like talking about, folks getting together and hanging out. They don't like that.
Well, I got news for them. We're going to keep hanging out and hanging together and praying and
that's right.
And talking about basically what we want to talk about. We may have to use code words or whatever, or cut a corner here or there, but it's still going to be talked about.
We need Indy's help because she has the most prolific Discord. Okay. And I had a Discord, but it's so screwed up and I know so little about it that I just can't mess with it.
Yeah, I don't get Discord, man. I have it, but I don't.
Well,
I don't put enough time into it.
Had like a code word cheat sheet that we could share on a platform like a Discord, or I don't know, maybe a YouTube community tab, like a post where you can share text. We need to share around some code words because if I showed y'all the list of things that we aren't allowed to say or the things that hurt us for saying, it's extensive.
Yeah, one, the rules change so much, but then two, it'd take you a couple days to read through all of it. It's like
it is. It's ridiculous. It's pretty much like, watch the news and, like you can't even we couldn't even get on here and say, you see what I'm saying? Like we couldn't even get on here and say what the news is saying without it hurting us.
Let me, Mary Shea Maheeks is saying, I highly suspect both Hawk and Slow Country were taken down. They lost internet for a long time. Well, even if Hawk was taken down, he's got his other channel, so he could be on it. I mean, even if but the one channel, his new channel, he hadn't even got a strike on. So I mean, it almost has to be the internet itself, I would think. Now, Slow Country, I don't know about Slow Country. I mean, I know Slow Country, but I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what's going on with either one of them, to be honest with you. I need to contact Hawk and get off here and find out exactly what it is.
Hawk is posting something to Facebook. Yes, yeah, it is Indy. Or no, she's stating that this live is on Steve's channel too.
All right, I'm taking predictions for February. I'm really hopeful for Bigfoot. I'm gonna throw Bigfoot energy out there.
Bigfoot's coming back? Is that what you mean?
No, like maybe they'll find him or
they're gonna actually.
Do y'all remember that guy that said that he had a Bigfoot carcass? Y'all remember that way back in the day?
Oh yes,
years
I
ago.
remember a couple of them. The one that had the thing is supposedly in his freezer.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Good times.
yeah. It turned out, what was it? A bear or something? I forgot.
I
now
don't
what it was.
remember. I thought it was like a monkey suit full of a bunch of like meat.
It very well could have been. I don't remember either. It just,
As
but,
if
you know,
they would let him have an actual body. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm just saying they could have accidentally switched the tubes at the lab, or maybe they just completely falsified the reports, or maybe he doesn't have one because I personally think maybe they're, I don't know, maybe they turn into stone when they die. I don't know.
What about that? What if, you know,
I'm not bound
like when
by
you-
physical
you
requirements.
kill a vampire and it turns into ashes, and so everybody's looking around at you like, what the hell are you going crazy over?
Right.
You know, and you know,
Look,
you
we
can't
already
prove
know
it.
about the giants and the Himalayan salt. Okay. Why can't Sasquatch turn into a boulder?
Show of hands, how many people have had Himalayan salt? Himalayan. You know what I'm talking about?
I haven't had either kind.
What we need is iodized salt.
That's right.
That's what we need. There's a trick out there where, you know, we think all salt's all salt, but you know, there's different kinds.
Typical English guy. That's hilarious, and I won't repeat it.
What?
Nope, I'm not going to repeat it.
It was.
You are such a stinker, you know.
It was.
Man, I got to turn this heater down. It went done got hot in here. I don't know why that thing kicked on.
Yeah, I'm hot.
Heater.
Yeah, it's
Heater.
about
What's the temperature out there?
it's 54. That's why I don't understand why it's kicked
Shit.
on. It's not
That's
even
cold
cold
here.
in here.
Anything below 70 is cold for me.
I dated a girl once.
A
that
girl,
had-
I was just reading that at the same time.
That's, you know, look, northern girls. All right, we need the warmth.
You know what we called them in Alaska when I lived in Alaska?
Tundra Wookie.
It was a tundra Wookie.
Ma.
Yeah, they don't shave for warmth.
That's not true, babe.
It's pretty true.
That's okay.
It
It's
was
not.
pretty true.
It's not true. Like, it's laziness, you see.
They keep
but
you
the
warm in the
warmth is just
winter
the
and
alibi.
warm in the winter, and it keep you shaded in the summer.
Plus, you know, when you shave and then you get cold, it's like instantly you're prickly, like a little cactus, like a
Granted,
little baby cactus.
in the summer in Alaska, it got about as warm as 50 degrees. That'd be about the warmest it got where I was.
Screw that.
Scat what's going on?
Scat pack, aloha.
But the reason I hate for the heater to kick on, particularly when it's this warm, is because the propane. I mean, I run out of propane here so fast. It's got those little jugs, you know, about this big, about that tall, and they don't last any time. And when this heater kicks on a lot, man, it goes boop, just like that.
What are your propane prices?
You know, I don't know exactly how much propane comes in those bottles, but it cost me $24 a bottle.
Yeah. The price has gone up from what we can see down here. You know, it's 3 or 4 something a gallon. I forget.
Good grief. I don't know how many. I'm gonna have to ask them next time I go up there how many gallons this thing's got. I do know one thing: when you take them up there, you know, to swap them in, they're light. I mean, the keg itself is light, but boy,
Yeah.
when that thing is filled up, it's heavy as hell.
Yeah, huge difference. Yep.
Yeah, it is. You can tell it's been filled up. I didn't know propane weighed that much, so I had to carry them myself. Now I know.
100-pound propane tank is $90 to fill up here.
Oh,
Yep. Well, Carl, get 100 pounds from me or 100 gallons, whatever, and send it down here. I'll pay you the second Tuesday of next week. No, just kidding, man. But I mean, you know, it's the bad. It's not the bad thing. It's not, you know, so much in paying for it. The bad thing is I got to go out there and disconnect it, and then go up the store and, you know, and trade it. Go in there and pay for it and trade it all in. You know, the bottles and everything in. It's just a gigantic pain in the ass, and plus, the last time I ran out, it was night. So they were closed. And I like to froze my ass off in here. It's back when it was, it got down to about 26 that night, I think.
Get you a Mr. Buddy little, that's what I use when I'm camping.
Yeah, I used to have one, but when I moved up here, I gave it to my daughter. Oh, I gave it to one of them. I don't remember which, because I didn't figure I'd need it, but I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
see,
just
out
in case you
here-
run out.
I've done it. I've done a few jobs out here where, because it's mostly electric out here, water heaters, electric, and gas or propane is so much cheaper than electric, especially here. But we've set up for a few houses, and there's code for it and everything. But the propane man comes out every month or every 2 weeks, whatever you ever set up for, and you always have 2 tanks. So if your first one runs out, you just switch it to the next one, and then they show up and they just fill them both up all the way, like once a month.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, if you can afford it.
Yeah, if you can afford it.
Well, it's definitely cheaper than electric, because electric out here is ridiculous.
Yeah, I would agree with that. What you said about your electricity bill.
Yep.
But in the winter months up there and out there in Hawaii, it ought to be like, I mean, if it gets down to like, I don't know what a winter is like in Hawaii.
If it gets
There
below
is no winter.
70, people are freaking out.
Really? Because
Yep.
that would be like,
That's
no
adorable.
AC, no heat, just let it be what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe a little fan to blow on you at night.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe a little
whatever.
fan. It's the heat that'll get you here in Louisiana. It's so, I mean, it'll put you
Maybe.
down if you're not in good enough health. The heat around here will put you out.
It's not enough oxygen. Too much moisture.
Too much
See, and
water.
that's
Hello.
another thing. Hey, aloha, Navy vet.
Navy vet.
But that's another thing about Michigan that I don't miss, is because, well, the main reason I left is I hate the winters. I'm so sick of -0 degrees and just. But then the summers too. It was so humid, and like it was either one extreme or the other. Here it's just like 79 and sunny year round, average, just perfect.
Now here is
Honey.
a good comment.
Yeah, that is. I have a wood burning stove and I haven't hooked it up.
Oh, that's good, but I was talking about the 60 quid. I don't know what a quid is. I know it's got some
Quid.
good money.
Yeah,
What is that compared to the American dollar?
it's like $1.
Is it about the same?
It's roughly, maybe a little less.
So about
Lady.
250 a month, ballpark. I mean, we've had
Lady.
electric bills that were around $500 a month here.
Man.
Lady Hammer
We
was saying
stopped-
she has a 500-gallon tank and it's 350 to fill.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not bad.
That's
I've
steep,
seen that
but
too.
She said, sorry, a pound. I forgot. So it's not a quid, it's a pound.
They're like real
Yeah.
close, aren't they?
I don't know. I don't know enough
Me
about
either.
it.
Well, I know
I
a
thought-
pound is pretty equivalent to the dollar. It's worth more than the dollar, but it's basically the same thing,
I confuse
yeah.
the quid for the pound. So sometimes I hear them say quid. I think that's a pound or just another word for pound.
I
And
don't
then
stress
Dave's
my
not
brain.
here said they got a big tank up north and it's 400 twice a year. So $800 a year, basically.
I know in the east of the continental United States, they use crap. What do they use? It's not natural gas. It's not kerosene.
My in-laws just filled up on Christmas.
Well, that's here because not many places have natural gas here, so it's propane.
Yeah,
'Cause you have
LB.
propane water heaters, or LP. Yep.
See, my
pound is
house is
$1.27.
shamefully, it's all electric. Everything in the house is electric. No
Which
gas.
Same here.
I
Same
hate
here.
it.
Hate it. I mean, we figured out, there's cheat codes to where you can cut your power bill down. You just got to be, you got to be,
You got to use your noodle, don't you?
Well, we
yeah,
don't
you
use our
got to use the
dryer.
noodle.
We don't use our dryer anymore. we shut the circuit off to the water heater when we're not using the water heater. Like,
A blessing in disguise. We replaced our outside unit for our air conditioner, and our inside unit died. So now we've got the inside. It's central heat and air is down, and so you got to use an array of basically little space heaters in each room. And these dadgum at our electric company is talking about
Listen to this.
blackouts. They're talking about scheduling power outages. Okay. Only when it gets as cold as it's going to get. They're like, all right, we're going to have to shut the power down. And
from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m.
when you're asleep.
Right.
So
But
that's when I go and get my extra Mr. Buddies. I'm ready. Go ahead and turn it off.
we
Okay.
have a 900 square foot house. Okay.
A teeny tiny little house.
We need a teeny tiny house. Okay. And the month that our AC went out, we had a $574 electric bill
Wow.
for 1 month.
How big is y'all's house? About a 14 bedroom? 9 baths?
No. No, it's little. I think technically it's a cottage because it's so little you can't even call it a house. I mean, it looks like a house, but it's little. We were in a tiny house before it was cool.
I got you. Well, hey, there ain't nothing wrong with tiny houses. If you can force yourself to live in one, and I'm saying it because my wife, the house that I just moved out of before I moved in here, or when I moved in here, she didn't like it because it was small. And it wasn't near as small as this trailer. I guarantee you she would be cutting my throat by now if she was still here. Seriously. So, but I mean, to me, a small house is what I want, because you got less upkeep, less, heat and cooling charges and all that. Or
Yeah,
you
no,
should have.
If it was just me, a little setup like that would be ideal. And I know Landon feels the same way. Or even if it was just the two of us.
If we didn't have kids, we would be probably van lifers. Okay. Like, because I'm looking at vans all the time. I'm wanting to build a little, I just can't find something big enough to fit my kids and my dogs. So I keep, not doing anything.
right. We're looking into that too, because we want to travel the mainland, but we're looking for the van. We're going to do the van life for a month or two.
Bruh, you will have become Foresty Forest. Okay. You know that, right?
He's forgot about it.
That's fine. You don't have to remember.
Hey, look,
I do know. I remember. I know who you're talking about.
I got a spare van. Y'all just get to New Orleans. We'll deck it out with a bed and a little refrigerator and some power supply and
that's no joke.
Some solar panels.
But that's what we want to do. We want to find something here so that we can set it up for us here, then ship it to like California, then make our way to Michigan, and then we can get to Michigan. I don't know, give it to my good best friend. Dave's not here, man, or my son, or whoever's gonna use it and take care of it, and then we'll fly back to Hawaii. And
I'm gonna set my spare van up. It's a minivan, so it's not like a big van. It's like a Chrysler Town and Country. But
Steve, you said comment on the screen.
What's it? Oh, aloha, Andrew. Oh wow, Andrew. How old's Andrew now?
The only problem with used school buses is if you can get them insured, they're like, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's astronomical. That's the only problem with the school buses.
They're hard to get insured, really?
Yeah.
Well, you can get them insured if you got the money.
Damn.
But just as an independent person, yeah, very difficult.
Steve's a plumber. That ought to tell you something. I mean, golly. Got all the money in the world.
Got all the money. I know.
That's what I'm saying, Creek Squad.
What'd Creek say? Oh.
What Creek
said Steve better come see me if he ends up in Louisiana.
Hey.
Oh, you know damn well I'm going to see you, Creek.
We're going to have a Louisiana get together.
That's right.
We'll call it Das Boot.
Louisiana Saturday night.
Where is
Wow, he's 18. Wow.
I don't know exactly.
Well,
What
yeah, I've been here
quadrant?
15 years. Shoot. No kidding. Yeah, I've been in Hawaii for a long time.
He's done got young, Steve. Andrew has, and you done got old.
Yep. Pushing 50, but pushing 50 is the new pushing 40, right?
Absolutely.
Who did I just hear say that 54
Chap.
was the 54 is the new 65 or
It was
something like
Chap,
that?
because it was after midnight and
And I
he
was like, well, what
tired.
does that make 30? I mean, what does that mean? Because I feel old. Okay.
You are old, my little grandpa. He's just cranky old grandpa.
I was-
Get off my lawn.
Yep. Get off my lawn. I'm a get off my lawn kind of guy.
Well, and that's exactly what my avatar represents is a get off my lawn. Before I hit you with my
You
cane.
damn kids. Back in my day.
Just gonna hang a flag of Clint Eastwood holding an M1 Grand.
No, you can tell. I mean, Landon don't look like he's what 25, something like that. I don't know how old you actually are.
Yeah, I would say he's
But
about
he-
Creek's age. I'd say about 30.
Thereabouts.
Look-wise.
Thereabouts.
He's north
I know
of 30.
he did tell us his birthday on here that day when it was his birthday, but I forgot now how old you were.
I forgot too.
He's north of 30.
I own a cat.
LOL.
What's
Is
up,
it
Ghetto?
me?
Ghetto, what's
Hey,
up,
Ghetto.
man?
Good to see you, Ghetto.
Dave, yeah, Brian's almost, yeah, because I know Brian's close to Damon's age. Damon's
That-
31. Wow.
That's exactly why I grow the beard, V. Can you imagine me with no beard?
I've seen him with no beard.
I cut my beard once.
That's
now,
good
see,
though.
so
I mean,
that-
like my
You're
dad's
admitting that you look young.
my dad's gonna be 74 this year, and people still think he's like in his mid 40s. It's like I'm pushing 50, so he can't be, but he looks young.
And that's right,
Which is
Test
good.
40. It just wait till he gets into his 70s, and then he'll know what old is. Have all them wrinkles and shit all over your face, You say, where'd all these wrinkles come from? Where'd all this skin come from? I didn't know I had that much skin.
Wisdom.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
When Landon shaved his beard, he did keep his mustache, and so he looked very handsome. However, he could basically
Yeah,
if he
cops thought
was-
I was like an undercover.
yeah, he looked like a cop. But we didn't argue because like I'm used to him with this big formidable beard, and it's
Formidable.
Yeah, it's very Irish Celtic Viking-y looking, okay? And so when you didn't have the beard, it was slightly less intimidating. And so not intimidating, that's not the right word.
I look like a
Yes.
donut eater without a beard.
It was, it was funny. That's what I'm gonna say. No, I
donut
didn't
eater.
mean not mean, but it was funny at first. We woke up our daughter saw him and cried.
My daughter cried.
Why did she cry?
Oh
Because
man,
he
you should have
shaved-
did a video on that. You ever watch those videos where their kids are so used to their dad, and then their dad will shave and come in, and the kid will be like, "Ah, what the
I've had a
Trip
beard
out.
since the day she was born.
Yep.
right?"
And
So
shaved
yeah,
it.
to see you without it, that would be scary. Like, what the hell happened to you?
Yeah, she was like, I
Yeah.
didn't
My
realize your
dad.
face was so short. But it was funny. And it grew back insanely fast. It was like the Santa Claus.
Well, Landon, are you going to keep that beard even when you start turning gray?
Absolutely
yeah.
flippantly.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope. I tease him. I think I see one gray hair here and there.
It's all leaving the top and going down to the bottom. That's what it's doing. That's why I have the comb over haircut.
Uh-huh.
I'm just waiting. He's got one silver hair. He denies it.
I rebuke.
His mama saw it too.
Nope.
Well, hey, I used to have a beard. That's why I shaved mine, because it turned, it was gray. And I said, man, I look old enough without any gray. Add the gray to it, and I definitely look like I'm 298, not 198. So I had to get rid of it, man. I just couldn't take it. Particularly when one of my nieces said, Uncle Ronnie, you look like Abraham Lincoln. You know, that gray beard. I said, what? I went straight home and shaved that sucker. I was at their house.
I'd imagine you'd look like a biker.
I don't know what I look like, according to her, Abraham Lincoln, but it was bad enough. Now, I had been thinking about shaving it off before that, but man, when all that, with all that gray in there, and with her saying that was just the impetus I needed to get rid of it.
Grow a beard, start wearing a leather jacket, and make up some wild Hell's Angel stories.
Not a leather jacket. You got to get you a leather vest.
Okay. And make up some wild Hell's Angel stories, and like you will be the most interesting man anywhere.
Most interesting man in the world.
I already am. So, I mean, what's the point? No, I'm just kidding.
That's right.
I don't always grow out my gray beard, but when I do, I wear a leather vest and ride a Harley.
Damn right. And drink a certain kind of beer. What's the name of that beer that guy drank?
Dos Equis.
Dos Equis, yeah.
Southern Belle says, strangely, they both seem to have had internet problems. And you know what that immediately makes me think? When you're over the mark, when you're hovering right over what they don't want you talking about, and you start to get a little traction.
Boom. Internet problems. We'll probably start having them right now. No, I'm just kidding. It would be fun.
Hey, I had them bad there for about 2 weeks. I called. I could be on. It'd be working just fine for a second or two or whatever. Then it'd go out and be out for an hour or two. So I finally called the internet company, and they're running, pinging it. And she told me that the lady that was pinging it said that the modem and that Eero or whatever it's called were both burned up. Well, the guy come out. This is on a Saturday, I think, when I called, and the guy came out on a Monday morning, and so he's checking everything, and it wasn't either one of those, according to him, and it hadn't messed up since. But what it was is they had an electric wire running there somehow or another for it, because it's supposed to be hooked up to a satellite. It's supposed to have a dish on it. But this place up here don't have you can only get cable. So I had to do it through cable. But anyway, he unhooked that electrical wire, and it's been working fine ever since then. But that's exactly what I was thinking when it went down like that. Is that's taking me out. Is what I thought, and I'm still not completely convinced that.
I remember when that happened, and I remember because the similar happened to me, and they told me modem was bad, and they sent me a new one and shit. But it wasn't that. But I still took the new one because it was an upgraded one. But
you know what? Both of them going down though, that does seem like it would be I agree, Landon. That does seem like what's happened to them. And they are both over the target every bit as much as I am, if not more.
Yeah, you will experience issues, I've noticed. And it happens on both ends. Like during the riots and all that. It's like as soon we'd be sitting there watching, okay, just a crowd, somebody holding up a phone, live streaming this whole crowd at a police station. And as soon as it would get hectic and like a legit ground war with no firearms, it was like the internet would start cutting and glitching. So
that makes perfect sense. They got more ways to get rid of you than they want to admit. But the thing about the pinging is that that if the cable company can ping your modem, well, they can also do it from what they call a satellite, which to me is no more than a balloon. But they can also do it with that balloon, from way the hell up in the air. And you're not going to know where it's coming from or what's wrong. Neither are they, really, if they wanted to do that. I seen a guy, it's in this video, it's on YouTube, at least it was then. But he was inside of his house at first. He had one of these, I don't remember now what it's called, some kind of electrical meter, detector. And he was holding it up to the ceiling inside his house because, his internet was going in and out like
an
that.
EMF reader, electromagnetic frequency reader.
I think that's what it was, yeah. But he was holding it up to his ceiling, and it was showing some fluctuations there. More power than what it should be getting. But he said, just to prove that it's not the electricity from my house, he said, I'm going to go outside and prove it out there. So he goes outside, way out in the yard, and holds it up again, and it's still doing it. So what was happening was, and I forgot what the story was that he told they were doing it, but they were doing it from one of those satellites. The point is they can take you out any way they want to. They can give you a strike or two and take you out, or they can just do it.
They're always watching.
Yeah.
And they can do whatever they want.
They sure the hell can.
I'm curious
But
about,
not
y'all
for
remember
long.
a couple months ago that house exploding, and it there was screen footage from neighbors, across the block.
Yeah.
And it
I seen that.
destroyed the two houses next to it.
They blamed it on the hot water heater.
Right. And it was a dad and his teenage son in there. And I'm I've always, since it happened, I've been I wonder what was up with that dad. What had happened? What had happened?
You talking about the house that got blew all to smithereens?
Yes, sir.
Well, there's been multiple now.
Right. I was going to say, we do actually have to be more specific than that now. But yes, the OG, the original.
Where you saw that piece of plywood come almost it blew out windows all the way down the block.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw it. I don't know which one you're talking about, but I don't remember if the people inside it were killed or not. I think they were, weren't they?
A heck of a message, though, even if they weren't.
Yes, the father
No
and
kidding.
the son were both killed.
I can't imagine anyone coming out of that.
No.
Yeah, me either. I mean, it blew that whole house totally away. But maybe the good thing was, if there is a good thing in it, is that with that, if there was whatever caused the explosion, if it was gas, well, the gas should have had them knocked out. Maybe they didn't even know it.
Maybe. There is that one guy who was apparently the head of some type of national, not NSA, but some type of national, what was it, Tiff, where they drove an MRAP into the front of his house.
Oh, yeah. And then
they originally they said that he was shooting flares and stuff like that.
He was the head of the foreign
national
budget, something budget, foreign war budget.
And he shows up in the comment section or somewhere, and he says that he is still alive and that they're trying to kill him and that they've already
killed his mom
and stuff like that. Crazy.
Chad, you better show some love to my chat. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. I guess he finally tore himself away from Steve's chat to come over to my chat and leave a like. Thank you, Chad.
They changed the meters to digital now. Maybe they can adjust gas. Yeah. Well, it's just like electric. I was going to say earlier with the electric stuff, ours was because you mentioned 457, I think, and ours was a little above that. And I'm like, there's no way. So they came and put a new meter on, and then the next month it was even more. What? Like,
Well, I'll tell you what. Go ahead, Lynn.
Well, I don't think ours are digital. I think ours is still an analog, and no one comes to check it. How do they bill us? It's based off of I think it's BS. It ain't.
It is.
It's supposed to be estimated.
Yeah, BS. Okay, like if we're running a business here, I think, they don't want to pay somebody to come because in the particular area that we live, everybody has an acre to 5 acres and a bunch of long driveways, and so they don't want to send folks down into each house, to go check I don't know what's going on, but I don't believe their math. Okay, I think it's a bunch of hogwash. I think it's a bunch of BS.
Well, I hated it when those meters came in to where I lived. Man, we had the electric meter that was they could they cut the lights off that coming out. Then they did the same thing to the water, and the water meter is the same way. They can cut the water off that coming out, just like Dave says here. But
but see, for me, I can turn it back on.
Yeah, I mean, I figured out how to. I figured out how to turn it back on a long time ago. The trick in one of the counties I used to live in, which down here they call it a parish, but is they
Why do they
would,
call it parish? Why
you
is
know,
that?
it's something to do with the French because there's so many, you know, French Italians here
Bonjour.
in Louisiana. It has something to do with France, is why they call it a parish. But in the parish that I lived in, I was still connected to city water, and they cut our water off, and so I just went out there with a pair of ice grips and turned it back on. And what they did was they took out an O-ring. Okay, they when they come to turn the water off, is they
It's gonna
take out an
spray
O-ring
everywhere.
and they put it back together. I turned it back on. It didn't spray everywhere. It just made a little
It's
pond
leaking.
right there in the meter area, and it leaked out into the street. So it's costing them how much money? Because now there's a leak, and I still have water. Okay, you
Right.
come to turn it off, and I still got water for another month. You know what I mean? And they were trying to talk to our neighbors and figure out, and I was like, I didn't do it. I don't know. I don't know how that happened.
But
And
you know what? Like, or go ahead. Sorry.
No. That's specifically why when I moved, kind of looking towards, I started looking more rural, and I like a requirement was what made us choose this house was it had a well, and that way, no water bill whatsoever. But it's also, you know, your trash and stuff like that is kind of your responsibility, and you can pay someone to come get it. There's a trash guy with an F-250. He'll come and he'll take your trash. But, I pretty much we handle all that ourselves.
But it's
Less
like
infrastructure.
what Paula Works just said, and I'm sure you don't use that much a month, but that's the thing here. They charge more for the waste, the water going down the drains. And like in Michigan, I've done this in so many houses in Michigan. You put in a separate meter for your irrigation line. So then you're not getting charged because it's not going down the drain. But here they won't even let you do that. They're like, no, you can't have a separate meter for your irrigation. What are you talking? So if you water your lawn, you're getting charged twice as much money for the waste. What's going down the drain? That's not even going down the drain. It's ridiculous.
Well, I
Otherwise, the
agree.
water bill wouldn't be that bad.
It is ridiculous.
I love that, Camo. That's
Yeah,
how
well,
I've been
yeah.
building so many things that I've been buying and whatnot, because we love to go camp, and we like to camp on public land, and so we have to basically, it's for camping and having fun with the family, but it's also practice for worst case scenario. We focus on 12 volt and stuff like that. Stuff that runs off cars can be recharged.
Look what Cheddar Purposes is. I heard now in some areas they're putting meters on people's wells. Well, that'd be after the damn battle. I mean, if it was my well.
Yeah, it would be a problem if they did that.
No kidding.
It ain't
We're looking
America
at moving anyway.
anymore if they're doing that.
We're praying on moving, and we're trying to go even further out. So
I wonder, can you go far enough out to get away from all the?
You may not be able to. You may have to get a sailboat.
Yeah. And then there'll still be a question about it. I mean, man, I'm telling you, the whole world has gone so literally crazy. It's not even funny anymore.
I'll get a sailboat and I'll float on out to Hawaii. That's what I'll do.
There you go.
Take me about 20, 30 days.
I'll be here to welcome you in.
But Landon, before you do that, you better take some classes in being a plumber, because you're going to have to make good money when you're out there.
That's right.
Everything there is high. Remember?
I could have used you the last 2.5 days jackhammering.
Hey, I'll run a jackhammer. I'll bust some concrete up with a sledgehammer. What are we talking about?
So you can slang at sledgehammer, huh?
Yeah, and my boy, well, he can almost work circles around me. He's young, he's limber, he's strong now. You see all them push-ups coming in handy. He's getting strong. Now I'm working on him to get rid of that baby belly. He's gonna have to start working on them abs.
Well, I would have done the same thing with my son, except I was afraid he'd say, "Well, come on, Dad, join in with me." And get and doing all
I worry
these
about that
exercises.
every single time. I'm afraid if I get down on that ground, he'll have to help me get back up.
No shit. You and me both. I know I couldn't get back up if I got down on the ground and tried to do a push-up. I'd probably break both arms.
I might squeeze some out, but it'd be the last thing. I've got a little bit of fight left in that.
Oh man, I don't want to do no more push-ups or anything like that.
Yeah,
now,
I use my energy only if it's necessary, and
Only if you're
push-ups aren't
getting paid,
necessary.
I tell you what, man, in the when I was in the Army, and I imagine it's still the same way. I don't care if you breathe out if you breathe out your mouth when you're supposed to be breathing out your nose, you have to do push-ups. However many they tell you to do, it might be 5, it might be 10, it might be 100, but you still have to do push-ups for just almost everything. Before you can go eat, you had to do push-ups, or you had to do the things where you walk with your hands. I forgot what it's called.
Bear crawl.
No, it's where it's above your head.
Oh,
and you hang on to these things and you walk with your one hand.
Monkey bars.
That's what I want to call it, but it wasn't called that. But that's what came to my mind. That's not what they called it anyway. I don't remember what it was called, but anyway, I mean it's just everything is exercise.
Is this a retirement home live stream?
I thought Ghetto was 65.
No, I'm not complaining about getting older. My only thing is, if I could go back 25 years ago, knowing what I know now, then I could do a lot of things different.
Hit us with that wisdom, dude. Hit us with that knowledge.
But then again, I wouldn't have ended up where I'm at by all the decisions that I made along the way, right? So everything happens for a reason.
That's right.
William says the crazier it gets, the better the Haas twins damn good shows will be. Just giving them all
damn good show.
I tell you what, I bet when William goes to sleep at night, he's thinking of the Haas twins, and when he gets up in the morning, he thinks about them all day long and then dreams about them at night.
I bet you his alarm clock is that, that damn good. I don't have my soundboard on this one, William, so I can't do it. But
gonna be a damn good day.
Absolutely.
First thing he hears in the morning is that, and he's like, "Let's do this. I'm ready." Twins.
Now they are a good damn comedy team, no doubt about it. I mean, they are definitely funny.
I don't know how they don't strangle each other though, because being twins and brothers, you get on each other's nerves. You can tell in a lot of their videos they get on each other's nerves. Like, what the hell are you talking about, man? He's like, what?
Yeah, but even when they're supposedly, I don't know if they're actually mad at each other or not, but they do come across that way. But they're still funny.
Oh yeah, they're definitely funny. And I agree with Cheddar Pepper too.
Parallel bars. Sherbet. I think that is what they were called, chessboard. Sorry about that, Steve.
I used to love push-ups. The orange, is it sherbet or sherbet?
It's sorbet and sherbet.
Because in Michigan, I always said sherbet, but then I moved out here, and they're like, "You mean sherbet?"
No, it's
or sorbet.
There's sherbet and sorbet. Sorbet ain't really ice cream. Sherbet, I think, still is ice cream.
Just like this.
I love sherbet.
What is it? Hold on. What's the word I'm looking for?
But isn't it just sherbet? Because there's no R in there, but I've always said sherbet. But there's no second R. It's just sherbet. Sherbet.
Well, if the sorbet or whatever you said there, Landon, it's not ice cream, then what is it?
I don't know, but it's a mistake. I got it because it was the only fruit flavored ice cream at the place we took my daughter, and there was something off. There was something wrong. Okay, it wasn't like a sherbet, like an orange
sherbet. Did you see what Dave?
It wasn't yogurt.
You see what Dave put?
No,
Dude, I'm cracking up because that's so true, man. Steve broke a guitar over my back once.
Oh
I did do that. And I'm lucky because Dave would have kicked my ass, but that's how good of a friend he is.
Did it crumble to
'Cause
pieces?
he looked at me and went, "What the fuck is wrong with you, man?" Yeah, it did. It broke it was a acoustic guitar, man. It crumbled.
Whose guitar was it?
My great grandfather's.
Oh, I was going to
Oh,
Yeah,
heartbroken.
if it had been Dave's, he might have actually killed you, Steve.
right. Yeah, Dave definitely. Back then I would not have want to fight with Dave. Shit, I don't even know about. I haven't seen Dave since I went back for my sister's funeral, but 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 3. But yeah, I did. I don't even remember why, man. I think we were fighting about who was gonna play it, and he like grabbed it and was like, and I grabbed it out of his hand, and I just went, just like in the movies, and it just.
Was you must have been saying when you done that, come on, Dave, kick my ass. I need an ass kicking. Come on.
I don't know what the hell I was thinking, because I knew I couldn't have won in a fight against him, so I really don't know what I was thinking.
You know, when I was growing up, I used to run around this, and this guy was short. He was probably didn't come up to my chin, you know, but he you know, he's muscled up and everything, and just as mean as you'd ever want anybody to be or not to be. And and just love fighting. I mean, he loved fighting. Now he would have been a guy that I would have never broke a guitar over his back. He would have definitely killed me, or whoever might have broke the guitar over his back. You know, I mean, man, I seen him beat the crap out of a lot of guys that were older and bigger than him. I was 14 or 15 at this time, and I think he was a year younger. And I literally saw him fight guys that was in their 20s and just beat the crap out of them. And they didn't even have to use a guitar, you know, to piss him off. I mean, he was ready to go. He just loved fighting, and that's something I never did get. Why anybody love fighting? I mean, I don't get that.
Power.
I guess
They just like to have that ego, you know.
Yeah, because if that's the case, go take it to the cage or MMA or whatever. But
well, have y'all ever heard of the?
Just to go to bars and shit to do that, and it's like, yeah.
Well, have y'all ever heard the short man complex?
Oh yeah, Napoleon syndrome.
Napoleon.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I think his was, and because, like I said, he was shorty up. He come up about my chin, and my brother, my older brother, just older than me, was the exact same way, about the same height, you know, come up about my chin. And I mean, my older brother would, back when we was young, he would rather fight than eat. And I never did understand. I said, why do you like fighting so damn much? It just gives me a rush, you know. Well, you know, that's all right, I guess, as long as you're winning the fight.
Yeah.
But but the first fight you don't win, you're going to say, man, what did I do that for? I'm through with fighting.
Right. So there's always someone bigger and badder.
That's
Always.
it.
Exactly.
And I agree with
always
Camel
someone bigger.
Caro. I never like fighting. I try to avoid it. Me too.
I was the same way.
Oh, me too.
I mean, if you have to, you have to.
You have to. You
But
have to.
I always try to avoid it because, dude, I'm just a 6'2", 150-pound skinny white dude. You know,
But can you jump though? You know, white man
can't
can't
do
jump
that either.
I've always managed to narrowly avoid getting my butt kicked. So thankfully, I've never been in a
I
fight.
can plumb the hell out of your plumbing, though. I'll tell you that much.
LOL.
And we did. We used to play fight by the road. Yeah, this is when we were like 11, 12.
Backyard wrestling.
We used to pretend fight on like a corner of like a kind of busy road, not like a main road, but and just to see if people would stop. People get out, hey, you two, stop that, and start laughing. It was
Dude,
like
you don't want to hear what me
YouTube
and my friends were
videos.
doing.
It was YouTube videos before YouTube videos.
Yeah.
We just didn't record the shit.
Me and my buddy, who's a sheriff's deputy now, okay, we would get up on the road and he'd go get on one side and I'd get on the other, okay, and we knew just where to do this. And what we'd do is when a car was getting close, we'd stand up and we'd both act like we were pulling on a rope, okay, and it would get people to slow down and stop and be like, "What the hell are y'all doing?" You know.
Made you break.
Yeah, it worked.
And then it moved on to that stupid game where if you look at it, you're gay.
Me and my friends,
or
we were
what
crazy.
is it? The thing where if you look at it,
Oh yeah, if you do the little thing, made you look and make you flinch.
Gotta be below the belt though, right?
Got to be below the belt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and made you flinch. Yep. That man.
Yep.
I know Dave remembers this too in high school. I won't say anyone's names, but this one dude would just, and this guy was, but he'd just walk by you and just smack you in the nuts. And
That's
then be
so
like,
rude.
made you
That
bow.
happened a lot in my car club
Major
that I was in. It was a constant war of nut slapping. You couldn't trust anybody. Okay, you got to sit up here and hold this transmission. Whop. Okay, I mean,
Imagine if there were, okay, like I don't believe in aliens as they're portrayed, right? But like, imagine if there were aliens and they were observing us just like every other animal on Earth, and they're like, these humans participate in a ritual where they slap each other's genitalia.
Like, look at these idiots. What the hell
In
are
an
they
attempt
doing?
to reduce the other's chance of procreating. I don't know. Like,
couldn't trust
Right.
any of them.
Hey, ghetto, I'm the best damn plumber that ever plumbed a plumb.
LOL.
Dude,
But
you
no,
need to plumb
that's
a
what it
plumb.
was. It was take a bow, not major bow. It's take a bow. They would say take a bow, but by the time it registered in your head, like, oh shit, you're already hit. And then you know how it takes a couple seconds before you feel it. It's like take a bow, and you're like, oh shit.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I was a kid, we moved around a lot. My dad was a farmer. And so we moved quite a bit. And I don't know if y'all know this, but every new school you go to, at least when I was a kid, you had to prove yourself, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
every guy in the class would want to fight you I guess it's because you're a new kid. But I was constantly getting my ass whipped because I didn't know how to fight. You know, I mean, I was just a young kid. I didn't know the first thing about fighting. I grew up in the country, other than, wrestling around with my brothers. But I finally taught myself a little bit about it when we moved to the biggest city I'd ever been in. And naturally, my parents moved us into one of the meanest parts of town, if not the meanest part of town. And so there, you had to fight, if you wanted to walk outside, you had to fight. The very first day we were there, my younger brother and me were walking to the grocery store, and these kids, started picking a fight with us. And I wouldn't have, now if it just been me, I might have ran like hell. I don't know. But my little brother was with me, so I wasn't about to run my little, and let him hurt my little brother. So, but make a long story short, we didn't have a fight, and they wound up there. Now, what they were doing is out on an empty lot playing baseball. And the ball, the guy that they're throwing it to missed the ball, and it rolled right out in the street to me. Well, I was going to just pick the ball up, and toss it back to them. I guess they thought I was going to steal their damn old ball. I said, I don't want your ball. I was going to toss it back to you. Well, they all come out in the street, I don't know, it's 9 or 10 of them, however many there were. And, threatened to jump onto us and all this crap. And I said, well, that's fine, but I guarantee you somebody's going to get conked in the head with this damn baseball. I can guarantee you that. Well, nothing happened, and we all became best friends right then. I mean, it's amazing how when you stand up to somebody, you may not have to fight them, and you wind up being good friends too.
Or sometimes you even fight them and still become best friends.
That's right.
Well,
That's right.
I've had that happen too.
That's what I was just laughing at a second ago.
Well, we were walking, Ridge Runner, so we didn't even have a horse and buggy. That was before the horse and buggy days. And by the way, I created dirt. I guess we proved that. I think it was last week on here. Well, remember we proved that last week on here, Steve.
Yep.
That I created dirt. You didn't know that, did you, Landon?
What?
That I created dirt.
Oh yeah, no, I heard it. I heard it.
I think it's funny, to teasing about how old I am myself. It just, particularly about the 198 part. Man, if I could live to be 198, now believe me, I would be doing me some tall talking about knowing Moses and everything.
I would not be interested in living to be 198.
Would me?
Nope.
What if we really do go that old though? Because what if the calendar's all screwed up? And like, I'm
Well,
not pushing 50, I'm pushing 100.
Well, then
Just
so
don't-
be it. But if the amount of time that I perceive as 198 is far too long.
That is true.
could you imagine some of the things that we already put up with getting worse, and you getting older and then
Right.
being like, "Dang it!" It's
I
like-
can't stand you. I would
Well,
be
just think
ashamed.
back in the biblical days, though. I mean, they lived to be 1,000 or older. A lot of them.
Yeah,
did.
932.
that's right.
Adam
Yeah.
lived to be,
Yeah.
Adam
So just
Adam lived long enough to meet Noah's. No, Adam almost lived long enough to meet Noah.
I think Adam could have met his Noah's either grandfather or great grandfather.
But the thing is back then, I mean, the way as old as they lived, just think. I'm 73. I'd still be a teenager or less. If you go by how long they lived.
Yeah.
I don't see
Yeah,
anything
no
wrong with
shit.
that. I mean, a woman could still have kids. At 500? I mean, Lord, and a man can still make them.
Look, it's in
500.
Genesis. I just looked it up. All right, this is Genesis chapter 6, verse 3. I'll try to drop it in both chats.
Oh, and Chap dropped the debt clock thing. I'd like to take a look at that. So,
Yeah. I just put it backstage. It's still pulling up, but
okay.
there it is.
Is there a new iPet goat coming out?
I don't know. Heliofant is who made the iPad Goat series, and then someone else made the third one.
Sits backstage.
Yep,
Private
should
chat,
be.
Steve.
Should be, yeah, the debt clock.
I don't know what's wrong. I can't get the private chat to come up.
And remember about the propaganda.
Oh no, it should be the share screen or whatever.
Oh! I thought you said you put it backstage. Okay, I got it.
There you go. Yeah.
And Jesus
Scrolling on that fish at the top, I want to look at that close up. I wish I could. Can't really. What does that say? And Jesus went into the temple of God and cast out all them that sold and bought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money changers.
That's exactly what's happening right now. And Chap said, look at the clouds on the right. Oh, yeah, there's an angel or something. Statue of Liberty. What is it?
Yeah.
So that's the Federal Reserve with a dark circle around it and green on the bottom.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right here.
And then the Capitol.
The Capitol, you mean?
Capital.
Look at the clouds on the right. There's something in the clouds.
Yeah, it's a
On the
blue. It
right
looks
of
like
it.
Statue of Liberty, but I can't tell what it is. Right there.
Hold up. I'm going to take a picture of it. I'm going to put it in my Photoshop bull crap.
Looks like an angel.
Chap says he thinks it's Saint Michael, the archangel.
Yeah, it looks some with wings on it. And
I
then
can't
you
really
got
tell. I can see it, but I can't make out what it is. But
So-
what that at the bottom is saying is that the money tables have been overthrown already. The Fed has already been put back under the Treasury. It was done back when Trump was publicly president. So what it's saying there is, these crooked money changers and all are gone. That's why they're using Bible verse to tell it. At least that's what it's saying to me. And I know he did that back when he was publicly in office. You say you're enlarging that, Landon?
I'm trying right now. I'm gonna see
Okay.
if I can pull it up for everybody.
Yeah, because I don't know how to enlarge it. It's
Enhance.
enhanced. Hold on, I got to use
Enhance.
my power of positive thinking.
There you go. We're doing it. Oh,
Om.
come on.
Om.
I think I did it.
Did you?
I
Well,
think.
I think Steve is going to have to take his back down before I can pull yours up, Landon.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Okay. So for y'all who don't know, this is software you can download for free called Photoscape or Photoscape X. I use it for my thumbnails. I guess that does look more like Michael.
Yeah.
I thought maybe for a second it was a Statue of Liberty.
So did I.
I guess
Yeah,
I
that's
can't.
it. It's definitely an angel. I can see one wing.
Send me an angel.
And
Looks
the
like
top,
he's riding a motor scooter. What's that he's riding?
I think he's standing on top of the serpent. Let me look up another picture real quick.
It's a
It
jet
may
ski.
be. It does
He's
look kind of
riding
like a jet ski. Or one of them flying cars.
You see, he's depicted as Archangel Michael here. He's depicted as the one who threw out Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
It says IXOYE.
Yeah, and that's been explained before. I've heard what it means, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh. I think that is a picture of Michael. I'm looking at another picture over here. I'm going to try and show it.
Well, I think you're right. I think that's definitely Michael. And to me, what it's saying is he's here. You know, he's definitely very nearby.
Let me see if I can. Let me see. I'm trying it. Nope, wrong one. Let me see if I can. Will that work? Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
I think what we're seeing is this statue. Something from a different angle. Because see how he's standing on top of supposed to be Lucifer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, now I see it. Yep.
So we got this and then this.
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
That's as far in as I can get, but I can also add color and enhance. I don't know.
Go for it. I want to see everything. Everything I say, everything.
Let me see here.
Everything.
It looks like that statue to me.
It does, but his feet either look in the image that a chap put up there. It either looks like his feet are real big or something. I can't tell what it is. See his feet. I mean, I can't tell. I know it's not his feet, but I'm just saying the way it looks there. It looks like
he's standing on, like he's holding someone down with his feet, like that.
Yeah, but with big feet too. I mean, but I know it's not his feet. I just can't tell what it is.
Well, you know what they say about big feet, big socks.
Yeah, I've heard that. but that definitely looks like a serpent. He's riding a serpent's head. So that tells me that what they're saying is the serpent has been defeated, and I think he has. I mean, I think
he's been cast out again.
Yeah, I think the battle was won before it ever started. Myself, of what we're going through now. I mean, and I honestly do believe that.
Oh, an awakened Trillium. Yeah, the arms are down,
and the wings are down. In the in this, it looks like the wings are going down right here. Let me see if I can. I don't know if does that change anything for y'all? It changes it for me.
Yeah, a
I
little
can see
bit.
it way better.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote that down because I'm gonna get that
Photoscape.
X.
That's what I make all my thumbnails with. This
I'm not
wing
even
is
sure the
going
name of
down
the one
here.
I use, but the one I use, I've been using it for like a year. But
If I knew what the hell I was doing, I would do that whatever you call it there, landing, and make that a thumbnail. Make the whole thing a thumbnail. I would. But I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so I can't. There I go with that can't stuff again.
Yeah, you got it. You can. You can. If I can do it, you can do it.
yeah. If you say you can, or if you say you can't, either way, you're right.
My dad used to tell me can't never could. So
Well, he
this is
couldn't until
definitely
he
the
did.
Fed.
Oh yeah.
And then this is the Bible verse. I don't know.
Well, I'm just telling you that the Federal Reserve was taken under the Treasury back when Trump was in office, and so this is more or less telling what he's already done, and that's when the money tables and all were overthrown, the crooked ones,
So it's the Fed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Fed hadn't existed for years now.
1913.
Since Trump put it under the Treasury.
Okay.
It hadn't existed since that date. I mean, it's still there,
Oh.
but it's operating under the Treasury. So it is as its own entity. It hadn't existed. I'll get it right
Did
here.
you see what Dave's Not Here Man put about the IXOYC?
What was that?
What is IXOYC in Greek? The initials forming the Greek word for fish. A sign used by the first Christians to recognize one another in times of persecution.
He's absolutely
Hold
right.
up.
That's exactly what we talked about on, I think it was with Hawk one day.
That's a warning of more persecution then. If we're using these logos to show each other, in my opinion. Because you're already seeing Christian persecution, but I think, definitely as these days are dark, and you're going to see more Christian persecution than, they're already under the table against us from a governmental level. I mean, everything local. It's not popular to be friends with Christians in a political sense. It's popular to be friends with the Dylan Mulvaney type folks. You know what I'm saying? Like that will get you somewhere politically in this current time period. But as time goes on, the word IXOYE is an acronym compromise.
Can you pull that back up?
Yeah.
Because like Tennessee Ridge Runner just said, who is standing on the top of the Federal Reserve picture? There's a body at the very top. I just seen that, and there is.
I did see it.
I didn't notice that until Ridge Runner brought it up.
There
the
it
chap
is.
was saying something totally different than what we was just talking about, in that that fish, the letters on the fish mean, which means Jesus Christ, Son of God, Savior. All right, yeah, we'll go here.
The first letter.
I seen that, and I started to say something, but I didn't. I
didn't notice it at all.
I think it's the next one down. Yeah, right there. No, it's a flag. That's the flag.
Is that a flag?
Yeah.
I guess it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Can we mess with the colors?
Looks like a flag to me anyway.
What is that logo? What is this? Isn't that an owl?
It wouldn't surprise me none, but I can't really tell.
Can't really tell with this photo, but I could look up
inside the yellow. Yeah, that's the one. Yep. Maybe a phoenix.
I'm gonna look up the building itself and see if let me see if that would be the Federal Reserve itself, and that's a flag and an eagle. I guess maybe a phoenix. Oh, it is an eagle. Okay, well that's clear. I've been to this building. I mean, I drove past it one time. I visited DC. and I felt very unwelcome. But I happen to know somebody who works there, so we got a bunch of literal underground access where we got to go into the parking garages underground. It was pretty revealing.
You should have had them took you on down to a few of those.
Oh, it
very deep
definitely kept
tunnels.
going further down. There was more. There's a whole elevator system that I technically wasn't supposed to be on, and it had bullet holes in it from a certain assassination attempt that I don't remember enough about.
Kennedy's, Reagan's, or whose?
It wasn't Kennedy. I don't know. Maybe it was Reagan's. It was in an elevator. A bunch of bullet holes were in it. Not bullet holes. It was like a brass elevator on the inside, and they left all the damage from the bullets inside of it.
It wasn't Reagan. Then if it's the elevator, Reagan was outside when the.
It may not have been presidential. It may have been someone else.
Okay.
And what's that at the very top with the lake going off of it?
I think that's a statue of an Indian.
Is it?
I think. I know there's one. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's what it is, and I could be wrong, but I know there's one somewhere in Washington. I think that's it.
I can't
You
tell.
could blow it up and see too, I guess.
Hey, we ain't blowing nothing up, man.
It is. It does look like a. I could do a more direct search.
That is what it is, so I can tell you for sure it's what it is. But and there's a reason behind that, why they have that Indian up there. I can't remember what the heck it is, though. It's been so long since I read up on it. At least that looks like an Indian from the back to me. I could still be wrong, but that's what it looks like.
Could you look at the thing to the right, please? That's what we were just looking at, right? Or the St. Michael's one?
Who is on top of the Capitol? Let me see, where did that go? Sorry, I got too many tabs open.
That's what mine looks like when I go live each night.
Right.
Let's see. Who is on top of the Capitol building?
I got 8 open.
There it is.
Capitol building has been sitting in Washington, D.C. for 228 years. On top of the building sits a female figure statue with flowing hair wearing a helmet with an eagle's head on the crest, known as the Statue of Freedom. Huh.
That must be a female Indian then, because
what's going on with her hand? Oh, she's holding something.
Yeah, but
it's El Perro Aloha, but El Perro says it commemorates the slave that built the top of the DC Capitol.
It says pluribus unum. What did that mean again? E pluribus, isn't that on the dollar?
Yes.
Capitol building is guarded by the Statue of Freedom made by Thomas Crawford in 1863. The 15,000-pound statue sits over the dome at 19 feet and 6 inches tall and is made of bronze. You know what they have to do to get this green coloring on that bronze? You can look it up, but it may not be on this building, but they pour horse urine on these bronze statues to oxidize them, to protect them from, oxidizing the wrong way.
Yeah, El Perro says not a woman, male Indian slave, and that's exactly what I was more or less saying. I'd forgotten about the slave part, but I think you're right, El Perro.
It might be a Mandela where they're changing it, because it says here it's female.
It could be. I know what I read before, and it said it was Indian. And I don't remember if it said male or female Indian, but it was Indian.
Let me see here.
15,000 pounds. That's a nice piece of scrap metal.
Of bronze, dude, that's money. I mean, it says female. At least in this article. Must be a Mandela article. Work for the statue was halted in 1861 because of the Civil War, but it was finished and displayed on the Capitol grounds by 1862. The statue was completed with the help of the slave Philip Reed, and the cost of it at the time, without installation, was over $24 million. Okay.
What
final
is that
section.
compared to now? Holy shit.
Wait. $24 million. Hold on.
In 1862,
Or
it's definitely over $1 billion.
$24 million adjusted for inflation. I don't know if I can actually just look that up. Inflation calculator.
Man, you got all kind of shit there, Steve.
No, I don't.
Right.
I guess 2022 is the best we can do.
Right at his fingertips.
No. How many zeros? 24.
Don't start me lying.
Is it 6 or 7? How many?
I don't know. I honestly don't. You
I
talking about
don't.
million?
I've never made that much money.
Hold
Me
on.
either.
It was 24 million in 1862. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna figure it out here. I don't think it goes back that far. It only goes back to 1913.
Damn.
Oh boy. Okay. I think that's it. November 2023. Sure.
Well, 1913, that was the year that wasn't it that the Fed was brought in, or was that 33?
It was 1913. That would be however much that is. 729,626,000.
So, but then you got to add the extra, 60 years. So, yeah, definitely over $1 billion.
Dude.
Yep.
Wow.
That's for a statue on top of a building. Okay.
There's more significance to that Indian too. I just can't remember all that I read up on that thing. There's a lot to it. You just have to, and I don't remember where in the hell I seen it at. But anyway, there's a lot more to it than what this thing here says.
Out of many.
The final section, the figure's head and shoulders, was raised on December 2nd, 1863 to salute of 35 guns answered by the guns of the 12 forts around Washington. The statue is composed of a woman wearing a bronze dress bound with a brooch, or I don't know, brooch, U.S. inscribed on it. Oh, yeah, I see. Something like that. Over the dress, there is a heavy but flowing toga-like robe draped and decorated with fur and balls, which this is actually probably representative of some kind of ancient fallen angel or something like that.
Yeah, it is something along those lines. I just can't remember what the heck it is, but it's something along those lines. Because our government are the people that ran it or run it.
Yeah,
everything that they put up is going to be, it's going to have a very bad explanation to it.
Out of many, one. Pluribus unum. That's right. Southern Belle. Thank you for that.
Yeah, Chap had it in there a while ago, too.
Oh, my bad. I missed it. I've been looking at all this. But back to the original. This is the...
it's the capital.
The origins of it here.
Oh.
So we've got this statue that probably represents some kind of spirit or fallen angel or something like that. And then we got Michael over here. I think it's Michael. And then the Federal Reserve. What are they saying with this? What do you think they're saying?
Like I said, I think they're saying that Michael he's either on his way or he's already been here to crush the head of Satan. And that then down below there, where it's talking about Jesus went into the temple and turned over the money tables, I think it's saying it's already been done, because I'm telling you, the Federal Reserve was put under the Treasury Department back, 2018, something like that.
I don't know what's on the left. I guess
I think they're saying that everything's going to be okay. Just do what you're told. Don't question everything, and everything will be fine.
What if I naturally question everything?
That's why I am. I do question everything.
Believe nothing, question everything. That's how I live.
Yes.
So whoever is making these messages, who is making these messages?
Now,
I
that's a
mean, do
good
we
question.
know?
I want to know.
No, but it has to be somebody that is able to get control of that debt clock. Now, who that would be, I don't know. But, you know, I would think along the lines of Q myself, but I'm not saying that's who it is.
I'm sure you could find out with a little bit of searching.
Or Space Force, you know, which to me, Q and Space Force are about the same thing. But my guess would be Space Force, really.
Where are we at today? 34 trillion.
That's not much if we say it fast. 34 trillion.
34 trillion, no big deal.
What
do we got over here? Defense and war.
What's the big deal?
848 billion in defense. Social Security, that ain't paying out. What is this U.S.
All
total
those
debt?
numbers are going by. My goodness, they're hauling ass.
Yep. What does this triangle mean here?
Savings per family, 10,000. I wish I had 10,000.
Pyramid.
I'm saying
I'd be rich.
That's a pyramid landing, and notice it's still got the golden top on it.
that's right.
Or cap. And if my memory serves correct, isn't Christ the capstone?
That's right. U.S. trade deficit with China. Hold up. It's saying stuff.
Antichrist Satan will be released for a time on earth to cause serious havoc against God.
Well, don't get it twisted. At first, the Antichrist is going to show up and solve all the world's problems. So the world is going to go into absolute chaos. Okay, wars, rumors of wars, like a price of bread is going to be more than more than a day's worth of work, and he's going to come and fix everything. So he's going to cause, 3 years of chaos,
right.
and then he's going to come and solve everything.
Yep.
And be the hero.
I think we've already been through a lot of that, though, with the guy that's supposedly running things now, and the guy before Trump, the bummer.
Oh yeah, bummer.
So I think those two put together, we've had quite a bit of it. But with Biden, what's it been now? Going on 3.5 years.
Oh Lord!
And how long was it supposed to be before? When did God say He would be back? It would be, I think it was 3.5 years after going through all the crap. And the world has been going through a lot of crap with wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes, volcanoes, you name it. I mean, everything's been happening. That's just my take on it. That
I don't know if we're there yet. I don't know if it's. I'm expecting a little bit worse.
Oh, I am too.
Did you see what Tennessee Ridge Runner said?
See how the White House was all gold.
Oh yeah.
What did God say about the love of money? Yeah.
That's interesting, but I'm also interested in this whole BRIC scenario.
Oh yeah, teams forming up, getting rid of the petrodollar.
Now there's 10 nations there, and that makes me think of Revelation 17, 12 through 14. The 10 horns you saw are 10 kings who have not yet received a kingdom, but who for 1 hour will receive authority as kings along with the beast. They have one purpose and will give their power and authority to the beast. They will wage war against the Lamb, but the Lamb will triumph over them because he is Lord of lords and King of kings. And with him will be his called, chosen, and faithful followers.
I always kind of thought that it was the European Union that was the 10-headed beast. But, I mean, again, that's just my opinion.
It's the United Nations.
It could be. I think it
could very well be too.
But I don't know. It's all speculative. We'll see. We'll see when we see, right?
That's right. Exactly.
Well, that's why they got 10-foot bees coming out in Miami.
Yeah.
10 is a very significant number, so it's no coincidence that it's used, many times.
But I
Oh,
do know
look,
one
there's a
thing.
person in the.
Yeah, we were covering that. Tiff's been in and out cooking.
I've been whipping up some potatoes au gratin that are going to spend the next hour and a half of our lives in the oven.
I do know one thing though, unless the BRICS nations do get to come in, I think they will. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt about it. There's several more countries other than the ones that have already been announced that are signed up to go into it. So my way of looking at it is that if BRICS don't come in, then the whole world is going to, and I'm talking about for the U.S. and everywhere, then the whole world is going to collapse big time, other than the people that are in BRICS. The United States will go down hard, that's for sure. That's why
And
I don't think it's over with yet.
Definitely obvious that America is in the crosshairs of whoever is messing around with destabilizing and
the crosshairs of the eclipse.
which
Sorry.
there was an X
That's right.
formed by the eclipse, and there's going to be look, we covered it in the show before last, our live stream before last.
I need a pegboard, a photo printer, and some red string and some thumbtacks. All right, and I can get this all sorted out.
We're stringing it all together.
Stringing it all together. Well, go get her all that stuff, Landon, so she can get the job done.
I will.
Our room would look like a crazy person.
Yeah, it's going to look like a crazy person's room. What do y'all think? Who votes that's Michael?
Oh, I definitely vote as Michael.
I say yes. I'd say that's Michael.
Yes. I say yes.
But it's like they put that image in and then they faded it way down.
They did.
It's almost translucent.
Yeah, they want you to look for stuff. That's why they make it, made it like that, so that you have to look for it. And Chap's damn good at looking for this stuff too. Not only this, but on Ingersoll Lockwood site.
Yeah.
Chap is sharp as hell on that, man.
He's got an eye for it.
He does. What's up, Elvis? Good to see you,
Has
Mr.
Elvis
Pete.
entered the building?
He certainly has. So is Kettleheads. What's up, Kettleheads? Good to see y'all.
I gotta say hi to Elvis. Hold on.
Hello, Mr. B. Aloha.
Mr. B. He's the medicine man.
He's a wonderful fellow, Mr. B. I'm trying to work on my Trump impersonation.
He's so good. Okay. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Okay.
They say, wow, Mr. B. Oh.
It is hard. I've been practicing that for like a year, and it's hard.
Y'all want me to turn this off?
Yeah. That's fine with me.
I said, wow, look at him. He's so great, Mr. B. So lovely to have you here.
Yeah, if you just do something with that
Mr. B is going to show up. I said Mr. B was going to show up, and look, who's here? Mr. B. I told you. Everybody knows. Everybody knows.
They said he'd turn my frown upside down. No, it's not good. I gotta work on it. I'm gonna have
It's
a good
a
Trump
tough one.
impersonation.
Trump's a hard one.
He's a hard one. It's all about the cadence.
Trump is a hard one. It is a hard one to master. But like Michelle, if you practice, sooner or later.
Eventually you'll get there.
Well, I would never want to get there. So I say not to be like Michelle or Michael.
Boy.
Michael.
Well, speaking of Michelle, whatever. What do y'all think about Taylor Swift? I mean, I got my own ideas about it, and I've not just ideas, but I know what she is now. But I just want to see if y'all know.
She's a witch.
Yeah, I would say that. I don't know if she's a dude, but
real
If she's a
quick,
dude, she had me
good
fooled.
night, Dave. Dave's not here. Love you, brother. Good night. Thanks for hanging out with us today, brother. Love you, man.
Yep. Good night, Dave.
Night, man.
Yeah, I
Go
don't know
ahead.
if she's
Sorry,
a
I didn't
dude
mean
or
to cut
not
you
either.
off.
I mean, I have heard that she is, but I don't know.
All
But
I know about Taylor Swift is every picture I see of her, it looks like she's holding the microphone at her butthole.
maybe she likes
Seriously,
her.
look it up. Look at her picture. She's always standing there, and it's like she's trying to, I don't know,
Trying to capture a
Sarah,
fart on the
Sarah,
microphone.
I wouldn't put it
amplify
past.
her flatulence.
I wouldn't put it past. I wouldn't disagree. Nasara says she's related to Anton LaVey, which
she's
is
definitely
quite the
related to the.
name.
She's definitely
She
related to
looks
the
just like
Rockefeller.
that blonde-haired woman that was involved with Anton LaVey, except technically it looks like she should be older than she is. But I think
Dude,
that
she
the
looks
Taylor
just
Swift,
like her.
the Taylor Swift has been replaced,
Oh yeah,
or she's functioning as a, like when you see her on commercials or promos or stuff like that, videos, like they still use her, but she don't sing anymore. It's got to be.
I like the meme that's like a picture of Taylor Swift and it says makes a career singing about her terrible choice in men and then endorses Biden.
Yeah.
I would say that your wife is correct, Mr. Cheddar Pepper.
yeah.
Well, she is definitely a
When I
Rockefeller. I can
think
tell you
of
that right
Taylor
now.
Swift,
No
I
doubt
think
about it.
of
She's a Rockefeller.
I think of that old band Buck Cherry. It goes, hey, she's a crazy bitch. That's all I think
I
of.
remember Buck Cherry.
Buck Cherry was good.
Yep.
But yeah, she's a crazy, and like Cheddar Pepper says, crazy satanic. Because yeah, and like Tiff just said that, yeah, she makes bad choices in relationships and then sings about it, makes money on it, and then endorses an idiot
A
who can't
bad
walk
dude.
up
Yeah,
the stairs.
that's right.
Well, I heard that everything she makes out of her music this year is going to help Biden win his presidential
I
deal.
wouldn't
And then I
listen to
heard
a word
yesterday he's
of it.
not even running.
Yeah, she's
Well, they said that he was running on pew pew control, and now you're going to see a lot more. In my opinion, you're going to see a lot more stuff.
Oh yeah, There'll be a lot
well,
more
Everything.
of that.
I call it
that's
dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Okay, where they take there are common things about these certain incidents. People that are on certain medications that have certain issues. Probably made myself sound bad. SSRs, SSRIs, is that what they're called?
Oh, I don't know.
They're on certain.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm not familiar with it.
I'm not familiar with it either, but I think you're going to see a lot more rhetoric, at the very least, about how evil, dangerous, and terrible you are if you like, and that they've
you
got
mean
a.
the anatomy of a pew?
Huh?
Yeah, I just not noticed that, Steve.
Did y'all see JP Morgan's predictions for 2024?
Nope. Did I? I don't think so.
I've sent it to you, but basically it's like that Biden's gonna withdraw from the election due to health problems. That self-driving there's gonna be blackouts in the big cities. That self-driving cars are gonna be basically protested, rejected, and inhalable jabs.
Well, I don't doubt that about Biden, and that might have been where I read that from. I don't remember if it was from J.P. Morgan or where, but I definitely wouldn't doubt that first part. I know that the Democrats themselves have been trying to push him out, so I don't even think there's going to be an election this time myself, because I think that they know that they can't win, they can't beat Trump, and so I think what they're going to do is they're going to try and maybe succeed at taking out the internet and everything. That'd be their way of stopping the election. And whether they'll succeed or not at that, who knows? But whatever, I don't think there's going to be an election.
If you cut out internet okay, or cellular data, I would estimate within 72 hours you would have chaos
Oh, yeah, easily,
In 72
easily.
hours. Dude, did you
in the
see?
inner city, specifically inside major metropolitan areas.
I would
Mm.
argue we're already seeing it. Look, there's a video I just seen in Compton, which I get it, it's Compton, right? But of people like over 100 looters, and they are ramming this stolen car into this store so that they can break a hole through the wall,
And the bars that are protecting the
which
wall.
they do, and then they loot the store. And it's like a food store, so it's like, can't even really be that mad, I guess. And so, I don't know. That's just, I would say, in some places, that's the part about this collapse that's going to suck, in my opinion, is that it's not going to be like, okay, the floor falls out on everybody all at once. It's going to be like,
Pockets.
yeah, it's going to be pockets of people, locations, mixed with catastrophe, mixed with, transporting good issues. And so,
Logistics.
right, it's infrastructure. Look, I seen another thing today that said like buildings on the East Coast are starting to sink. Like, it's just a lot of stuff all boiling together. And I don't think that everybody's going to hit rock bottom at the same time. I think some people are already in it. We're seeing a huge uptick in homeless, and we're all just kind of laughing it off. But it's a problem because, right, it's a reflection of our economy.
Yeah.
And then, we're just going to see that more and more and more. The middle class is getting bled out, and,
That's
anyway,
right. That's
didn't
right.
mean to be doom and gloom, but I'm just saying that, like, the reason that sucks is because if you are not on the lower tier of that, which, hopefully you're not, right? But if you're not, you could just be going to the store one day, minding your own business, realizing that things are a little tough, but going to get your groceries, and somebody who's a lot lower than you and in a lot worse condition than you know what I mean? Like, you could have a confrontation type deal. I'm just saying it leads the way to people being caught off guard. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I
Because people are
agree.
under the false pretense that everything's going okay for them.
Right.
And it's just, one financial bracket after the other. You know what I mean? Until you got the elites and those who are willing to serve the elites.
Well, Waking Trillium's talking about the, Mr. T and how he looked at one rally, with his mask on, and then how he looked at the next one. It was fitting right. So the point is, and somebody else said a while ago that Putin has 3 or 4 body doubles. Well, so does Trump. There's no doubt about it. They all have them.
Yeah.
So Brandon, he also has. Well, as we all know, this Brandon is not the real Brandon. So that makes me ask myself, well, then where is the real Brandon, and why ain't he saying something if he's still around about this Brandon acting like he's him? It just don't make any sense when you get down to think about it. So, but the reason I asked that question is because somebody said a while ago that they heard the real Brandon was gone in 2021. Well, he was gone in 2019. But, I don't guess it makes a whole lot of difference. He's gone is the point.
Well, my question is, if they're all supposedly puppets, then who's really in charge?
The game master.
Well, I know who I think is in charge. I think that the military is in full charge.
I think it's somebody like, I'm not going to go so far as to say that we've never even heard of, but it's a family name that has been around for long, I don't know.
Multiple family names.
Yeah. But they're in cahoots with evil, in my opinion. Like, so then it's, then it's evil, I guess, that's in charge. I don't know.
That's what you want. That's what they want you to think. The truth is that God is in full control.
I was going to say, beyond that, God's in control.
He respects our free will, and that the enemy lays out choices for you to make for yourself. Okay, different servant and servitude ideas, or traps like drugs and crime, and folks are allowed to make their own free choices. All right. And Jesus said that my people are destroyed through a lack of knowledge. And so without the right knowledge, people make bad decisions. Okay. And it goes all across the board, across every financial bracket. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that there is a war on for each one of your days, because tomorrow isn't promised. So, technically it's all about right now. It's all about today.
That's for sure.
Right now.
I couldn't agree more, Landon. Absolutely. And to me, for what's going on here on Earth right now, the military is in charge of all that. I think, but to me also, God is in the ultimate control. He is in control of everything. So when I say that so and so or whatever is in control of something, yes, as far as men go, they are. But when you get down to the not the religious war, but the spiritual war, and who has ultimate say so, well, naturally, that's God.
And Indy said at the same time as you, Ronnie, too. Satan's at work. God is in control.
Yep. And Satan's been at work ever since the Garden of Eden, so he's definitely been at work. And so there's no doubt about it.
He knows he has a short time.
Ghetto says what's even scary, Steve, that if there's actually no one in charge on Earth, but there should be no, I don't think, this is me, my personal opinion. I don't think anyone should be in charge. You should be in charge of yourself.
Yeah.
That's it. There should be nobody in charge of anything.
Yeah.
You are in charge of you.
That's programming.
Hopefully that's where all this leads to.
It's like we were taught that. We were taught that over generations that, like, well, who's in, these compartmentalizations.
Who do we blame for this? Basically.
Yeah, basically. Who's the fall guy?
Yeah.
When, really we should all be as self-sufficient as possible, but we're not set up to be that. So none of us really are. We're dependent, just like they designed it.
I agree.
In some way or another,
It's all, I mean, the United Nations, Soros, all of them have been sending those people over here, providing money to them, phones, you name it, along with a good bit of our own money. But I'm just saying, that it's not going to make any difference in the long run, because like God is in ultimate control. So that's how it's going to work out. I mean, maybe there won't be 400,000 people left on Earth when all is said and done. I don't know, but I just know that things are going to change, and when they do, whoever's left will have a very good place to live for a long time.
Don't forget, there will be a new heaven and a new earth.
Yes. Well, there's Hawk. What's going on, Hawk?
Hawk, what's up?
How are you? How are the shepherds?
Yes, and did you get your internet back up?
How can I procure one of
have.
these shepherds?
No more.
I'm not
dogs.
allowed to have any more dogs. Okay.
More dogs, more property.
Landon, get ready to buy some more property.
I'm looking every day.
More property, tinier house.
Yeah, exactly. It might be a little hut that I build myself, and we go Alaska mode, dry cabin. Okay, you got to look. Okay, you can look down on it if you want to. Okay.
A good
dig
seat.
You a hole. You build you a little crap shack.
Happy you back up, brother. Yeah, well, that's as long as it keeps the rain off your head and the cold weather out of your butt crack, you're doing all right. Regardless,
being in charge of yourself.
Yep.
Doing the best you can with what you got.
What is that called? Amish. There was an Amish guy this just happened recently too. He was, had his own farm, making his own milk, own eggs, and then he had too much of it, so he was selling it to other people. And then he got raided because the government wasn't getting their cut.
Ammon.
Yep. Let the dude live his life.
Dude,
Why?
I'm as
why
modern, un-Amish as they come. I live almost like an Amish person. I mean, not strictly. Okay, I don't have a horse and buggy. Yeah. I wish I did. Okay, but I mean,
so Hawk, you got another strike? You got? I guess he undoubtedly did. He's on suspension for
2 weeks. 2 weeks is second strike.
What can we do for him? What
But
can
yeah,
we do for Hawks Mustard Seeds?
less the internet and horse and buggy. That's how I want to live. That's why the van life is so exciting to me because
Appealing.
Yeah, it's
absolutely independence, true independence. We crave it.
Yep, absolutely.
Man, well, sorry to hear that, Hawk.
Well, what can we do, Mr. Hawk?
Send him and me too, by the way, a pamphlet on how to get the hell out of the world we're in and still be alive. So that we don't have to deal with people like YouTube. Have you got a pamphlet like that, Landon, Steve, anyone?
Wait, say again.
Well, maybe if Rumble takes YouTube to court and wins, and then Rumble becomes YouTube.
I was just being stupid, Landon. I said maybe someone could send us a pamphlet on how to, get out of this world alive and get away from YouTube so we don't keep getting these strikes. For speaking our mind.
Or owls or eagles. That'd be even better. Let's all train an eagle.
But
we'd probably all get fined for it or in trouble for it.
The video you played earlier when he first came on, the propaganda video, that's fine. That's completely fine.
Of course.
But if we speak our opinion on how it's not fine, then shut the hell up.
That's right. You just play that before every show and say, now, hey, that was a video. That was a good video right there.
See what's gonna happen.
Let you be warned. My last chance.
I may snag that from you, Landon, and play it on mine. I don't know if I play it before or after my Trump song though.
I can send it.
Carry on, carry on.
I would say before. I would play that one and then your carry on. Because then it'd be like that, and then it'd be like, I don't think so. Carry on, carry on.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I can snag it off here or not. Can you send it to me, Landon?
I think you should be able to put it in private chat or a link
good.
for it.
Okay, good. That works. I was also going to try and get his email.
William Graham. Landon's living in the Amish paradise.
Here, I'll send you my new one here, Landon. My new email.
But real quick for me, guys, because I have emergency call in town. But did anyone, and I don't mean to change the subject, but I do mean to change the subject because I got to go. But did anyone see my live stream on New Year's? Because every time I tell people how they go crazy out here with fireworks on New Year's, everyone just kind of has like, oh, yeah, fireworks. I'm like, no, they go crazy. So this is, if you could just pull it up, Ronnie, it's share screen. This is starting at like a minute and a half before midnight. And it's been like this for like since 10 p.m. before, 2 hours before midnight.
I heard that fireworks had been outlawed this year and that this was like a combined FU.
All of these fireworks are illegal. Not one of them is from the state. Not one. And this is about a minute before midnight. And you can see because it like picks up and it's just
beautiful.
So, and this is only one section of the island. We're only like on the leeward side. So the whole island is like this. It's insane.
And you know what, Steve? There were people all over the internet had videos just like this.
Yep. Dude, we were lucky and blessed, man, because Nina's friend Ginger, and shout out to Ginger for inviting us over because she lives up in the mountain kind of. So dude, this view is like, this is the best New Year ever. And so right here is exactly midnight because this is when they lit off the ones they had.
Oh, yeah.
So this is exactly midnight right here. And dude, every year, man, I get so emotional because it's just like the Ohana, like that's the whole island saying, look, we the people, like,
That's right.
And I tear up every year. So then right after this, I go back to in my video and sucked because it was just so overwhelming. So it's kind of shaky, but and then it kept going. Like I stopped recording, but it kept going till like 3 a.m. Just boom, 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 boom.
That
Let
was
me
a
see if I
personal
can.
little blessing for you, just so you could have it to enjoy.
That's right.
Right? Look at it now. It's right after midnight. Look at that. So when I tell every time, and I'm like, dude, the island is lit up, and like people's reactions just like, oh yeah, fireworks, and it's like, no, I'm not
Wow.
exaggerating, not one bit.
Those moments like that, though, that are just so overwhelming with gratitude, man, those are what get you through the hard times, you know? Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's only a little bit we're looking at now. I mean, you still got the North Shore, everything behind us. Yeah, see, that's what I just said a minute ago, but yeah. This is just the leeward side. And then yeah, that's the thing too. It was like a great view, but if you put the phone up in front of the camera and got closer, it's like because that's just what you can see. There's still fireworks going off that, just make noise.
Wow.
It's insane, dude. It's like the most surreal feeling that I've ever felt in my life. I look forward to New Year's every year just because of this.
Yep. Me too.
You could even be in a spot of the island where you can't really see much. You can just hear it, and it's still amazing. So,
wow.
but yeah, I'm still working on a video to put this out to where it's like a 6.5 minute video.
Which will take him 3 days.
Dude, I already got 4 hours into it. I literally already got 4 hours into it. But then work, I don't have time. I started on it like 3 days ago, and I haven't worked on it since.
Well, see, the thing is, though, you're going to get so good at editing that you can go to Hollywood and get you a job there. Editor for a top movie company. That
Need
is
to
if you
download
stand the limit.
Vivavi.
Nah, maybe, yeah, you know what? After owning your own company, I don't know if I could ever work for somebody.
I'm the same
Okay,
way.
hold on.
It is
Steve,
hard to
you
do.
own your plumbing company, yeah?
Right. Yeah, and it's just me. I don't have
That's awesome.
employees. It's
Okay.
just me. And
Do you think that maybe it would be a great idea if you started dressing like Luigi and maybe painted your van like Mario? Because maybe people would love that.
I
Who'd
should. That
say
would
he
be
done? Hadn't
fun.
already.
When you answer, you say, "It's a me."
Right. And you
It's
can just
me,
have
a
a plush.
Luigi.
Yeah.
You can just have a plush Mario that sits in your dashboard, and then you just have like some overalls and a green shirt and a green hat.
That's how you get customers in the future.
That's right. Because the kids will
Right.
see you and they'll be like, I don't know, but Luigi used to come and fix our plumbing, and I'm pretty sure if we call him.
And then they're like, oh my God. And then when I return the call, I'll be like, hey, it's a me, Luigi.
You can make a commercial just like the one in the movie, like, Mamma mia! Oh no!
I was actually going to name it when I first started it. I was going to name it You're in Luck.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
You're in luck.
And just have like a picture of a urinal on the side of the van. And then it'd be like, it would spell out YOUR. You're in luck. And then you're in, you're in, oh, he
Steve,
nasty.
you got to answer this question real quick. This plumbing job you're doing now hadn't got anything to do with women's restrooms, does it?
No. This is actually a restroom that is not there, but will be in about a week.
Okay.
So.
I always want to make
Just
sure of that.
perfect for an Amish like him, William.
Oh my
they
gosh.
shun fancy things like electricity.
We shun fancy things like electricity.
As he walks through the valley where his harvest is grain, he takes a look at his wife and realizes she's very plain, living in the Amish paradise.
Your crap is our bread and butter.
Okay, Steve has to go.
You're
I
in
don't
luck.
want
Your
you to.
crap
Hey.
is our bread and butter.
Our bread and butter and plumbers. Without them, you'd have nowhere to go.
That's right.
Yep, and I'm going to close it down too because it has been 3 hours. It's supposed to be a 2-hour show. So
Oh damn, we always breaking the
Bonus
rules.
hour.
Heavily consider the Luigi idea. It could be great.
Yeah.
I
It could
would.
be.
You know what? I might even I'm gonna look into it. I might even get the Luigi. You know,
Right.
It wouldn't
the
surprise
hot,
me at all if
You don't
Steve
even have
next
to
week
make it
he'll
a
come on.
costume. You don't even have to make it a costume. You just literally get some jean overalls, a green shirt, and a green hat like that.
right?
You've
Yeah,
already
that's
got
what I
the
mean. Because
mustache.
I know on Amazon you could find like cheap Halloween costumes that would just
Yeah.
green. I'll
Well,
put
it
it
ain't
on.
surprise me at all if next week Steve don't come on with that whole get up. I mean everything looking just like the.
I'm just
You
saying, if
guys
there
would
was
shit. You'd be
normal,
like,
if there were
no
normal,
pun intended, but you would shit yourself. You'd be like, holy shit, Steve Luigi.
I'm just saying, if there was normal plumbers or Luigi, I'm gonna call Luigi. Oh, look, there's my nose again.
A yellow bus that had a tank on it. Excuse me. It painted on the side. It was stool bus. Oh, I've seen those for like septic tank pump trucks, whatever you call them.
I mean, you talking about the trucks that pump out septic tanks?
Yeah, what do
Oh,
they call those? Vector pumps or something like that.
oh, I have
But,
no idea.
but yeah, who was saying that? Shit, I lost it already. Anyway,
You
now
have
you
nowhere
got
to
me.
go.
I'm seriously, Tiffany. I'm seriously looking into that because I want to.
It's a
I
really
wanna
great
do
idea. I
that.
was actually
The
thinking about it
marketing is
earlier.
done for you. You just have to do it.
This is
And
too
I'm gonna
high.
do it, and not only do it, but I'm gonna do it and record it. But the first
Yes.
time I do it, it's gonna have to be for a customer that I've known for a while, so that they
Steve,
won't
Right.
be
here's
Yeah.
a
like, "What
here's a
the
good
fuck?"
slogan for your Luigi truck. If it wasn't for your plumber, you'd have no place to
And
go.
no place to go. Exactly, Richard Price.
Your crap
Exactly.
is our bread and butter.
Oh man, I wish I was there. I would do a mural on your van and like have like a little tube, when your driver's seat, like on the door, where like so it looks like you're going down a tube. Maybe a
Oh
toilet
yeah. So
tube of
I'll
yeah.
clear coat it. I'll
I
And
get
see
carried away, okay, but
the funny thing is, I have never ever. Well, I have advertised when I first started out on Craigslist, but in like over 4 years, I don't have any van wrap on my. So I'm just like a regular white van driving down the
Well,
road.
look,
Like
we're
there's
gonna come
no.
visit, and we're gonna paint.
rename the business Super Steve.
No, that's the
Bro.
thing, man. If I did like wrap my truck with a logo and a phone number, man, I don't know what because I don't want to get that big. I don't want to have employees and have to worry about them stealing because I work for lots of plumbing companies and I know how it works. So
Well, we'll
Well,
get
you
a
can get it wrapped.
warehouse. You'll have a
You can
bunch
get
of
it
extra
wrapped and not
plumbing
have to hire
supplies,
anybody.
and we'll have a podcast studio in the warehouse. And I'll manage all the employees and stuff. I'm just
there you go. We could do that. You'd have to move to Hawaii.
Yeah, hey, you don't have to talk me into it.
You don't gotta bend my arm. You don't gotta break my
Pop
wrist.
a tent up on the
Well,
beach.
let me tell you this though, Landon. If you're depending on Steve or donations of any kind to get the plane ticket there, forget it. We started my plane ticket donation to go to Hawaii about 3 years ago, and I think we got a grand total of 34 cents or something like that.
Yep, 34 cents. But then his blanket fund, I think you got that, right? Or was it blanket or pillow? What was it?
It was a blanket.
Blanket, yeah. So that one got its goal in like one day. And then here we are a year later and we still got 34 cents.
Yeah.
What's up with that, man?
It's a good question. Very good question.
That's all right though, Ronnie. Once I land that big job, that one big job, that like $20,000+ job that's only gonna take me a week to do, I'll get you first class, buddy.
Do
First
those
class.
exist?
Should I hold my breath?
They do, but not like they used to. But they do.
Thank God. I'm sorry. That sucks for you, but man, that's horrifying. I didn't
I
know that
have
thing.
I have a 1% chance of getting that job, but
You'll get it.
Positive thinking. Positive
Gotta
thinking.
speak it.
If it has to happen to somebody near you, I hope that you get to call.
It's gonna
Right.
happen to you.
Biden.
And that's when I
so
will.
bad for
That's when I
somebody.
will have employees, but only for the week. Be like, hey, want to get paid under the table, cash, 1 week's worth of work. Then I'll have employees.
Well, the full Monty says you can't put any Mario or Luigi on your van, Steve, or Nintendo.
Nintendo will sue you big time. That's
No,
true.
you
though.
can.
You
It's
don't
funny,
put,
but true.
look, Nintendo doesn't own overalls in the color green. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. What? Yeah, if I put me
Skirt that
in
line.
green overalls and it's actually me and put
Right.
that on, can't sue me for wearing green overalls.
It's not Luigi's. It's La Stevie's.
They don't own
Look,
rights.
it's me, La Stevie.
They don't like. You can make it a Super Stevie, bro. Like instead of bros, it's just bro. Like it's a statement.
Steve, you've got your plumbing company, everything mapped out now, so it's up to you to make it work.
Or you could take a
Uh-oh.
right turn and go Scuba Steve, right? From Big Daddy. Remember Scuba Steve?
Yeah, Scoop. You know
Right.
what?
We'll
People
shoot
used
you
to
a
call
bunch
me
of
Scuba
YouTube
Steve.
commercials in a scuba,
Right.
scuba diving outfit.
That's right.
It would be the Lou Stevie brothers, one being Lou Stevie and the other one being Scuba Steve.
Yeah.
That's right.
I
All
guess.
right.
Yeah. All right.
Drive safe.
Thank
So
you,
right
guys.
on, yeah, guys. So I'm gonna drop down, but you guys keep going as long as you want. And Landon, Tiffany, thank you guys for coming up. You guys rock. Awesome.
our
Everyone in
pleasure.
chat, check out their
Thank you.
channel if you're not already subscribed. Ronnie,
Yeah.
thank you. And I'm excited
Uh-huh.
for you, Ronnie, dude. Your lives are going freaking amazing. I love it, man. So
They have
keep
gotten
doing
bigger.
what you're doing. Don't let nobody stop you, especially
Oh, I ain't gonna. I think
someone
you
that
will.
I call assholio.
YouTube is
YouTube asshole.
Yeah, sure the hell
Ronnie.
are.
In fact, Ronnie, Mima Patriot came over from your channel, and so that was awesome.
Oh, did she? Well, great.
Yes, she did.
Great. Wonderful.
Yeah, unspecified pod. They have. I feel bad. I didn't know you guys were on last night. But
No, it was
I
bad
didn't
timing.
either.
Go back and watch it,
Unfortunately,
though.
y'all were you were live, Steve, and Ronnie, you were just about to go live.
See, and
Yeah,
that's
I
the
didn't
weird
see
thing.
y'all. I didn't see y'all's notice, or I would have. Well,
I
I don't
was
know if I
live.
waited or not, but
Well, we
But I
actually
was
came
on.
over to your channel when we were done, Ronnie. We did a room
Yeah.
raid, but it was all our normal community, so it doesn't seem.
See, I was live, but I wasn't even there. I was at work. It was just a stream share, but I was at work the whole time and I missed half of it. So I wasn't on the panel. I was barely in the chat. But it was for a good cause to help a good friend out. But
well.
much,
but yeah.
much
So
American.
until
old
next
set.
time, guys, have a beautiful morning, a beautiful day, beautiful afternoon, a beautiful evening, a beautiful night, whatever it may be, wherever you are. Much love, much aloha. Most importantly, God bless.
Love you,
Bless.
Steve. And there
Yeah.
he went. Anyway, and I second what Steve said. You guys rock, Landon, you and Tiff, and thanks for coming up
You
with us
guys
again
rock.
today. Thank you, brother. Appreciate y'all very much. And you never know, we may have y'all up again next week if
Hey.
y'all ain't busy.
We look forward to it.
That's
so,
right.
You know,
All right.
we enjoy a good little shindig.
After
Yeah,
you know
me
how to
too.
talk.
Well, you mean Steve? Can't be me. Just kidding.
No, we enjoy both of you.
And I got you. And believe me, we enjoy y'all. That's why we have y'all up so much. It's good conversation, and y'all know how to talk. So
That's right. I can talk. I can
I
definitely.
can't articulate very well what I'm thinking, but I can talk.
I can
hey, that is my problem now. I can't articulate. I can't get my mouth and brain to work together.
They don't wanna.
No, they just do not want to.
Well,
Thank
with
you,
that,
Miss
y'all,
Sue.
we love you. We thank you for having us, and y'all go do and don't worry.
That's right.
It's gonna get
Thank you,
crazy.
sir.
It's gonna be a wild one.
Oh, it is. No
But I
doubt.
believe it's going to be all right.
It will be, because the man upstairs is in charge. So
That's right.
even if it don't seem like it's not good, and it probably won't be, it'll be good in the end.
That's right.
So love you guys.
Keep the faith and just keep doing the best you can with what you've got, and don't let negativity in.
That's right. Never lose hope.
That's
Never,
right.
ever, ever lose hope. Man, when you lose hope, you might as well just go ahead and take yourself on out. And I don't mean it that in a bad way. I'm just talking about,
Well,
take
you're
yourself
taking
out to
yourself
people.
out by losing hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm going to shut her down. Thank you, Landon. Thank you, Tiff. And
Thank you,
thank
sir.
you, Brother Steve. See y'all
See ya.
next week, probably.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see y'all.
See you later, brother.
Good night.
Good night. And good night to all you fine people. Thanks to everybody for hanging out with us these 3 hours and 16 minutes now. Appreciate you guys. LSP comes in just about this time. Darn you, LSP, my brother. I don't know if you were lurking or what, but sure would love to have you in the chat. At least it's the first I've seen you. Anyway, love you, LSP, Miss Karen. Love all you guys very much. And y'all have a great upcoming week, and we'll see y'all on the next show. And there's the official proclamation from Mr. William Gramer. That was a damn good show. Yeah. Okay, so LSP was lurking. All right. Thank you, LSP. Good night, Mutt. Have a good one, brother. Good night, Hawk. Sorry about that second thingy there, but it happens to the best of us. And you're one of the best. So anyway, we'll see all you guys later. Good night, Miss Lisa, Richard, everybody. See y'all on the next one, which will probably be a couple of days from now. But anyway, y'all all have a great one. Good night.